I was muted. Ah, hello, everybody. Welcome to another stream. My name, of course, is Alma Hexblade, your head guildmaster and chief barista, and now you can actually hear me now. Today we're doing a chill stream. Nothing real complicated or anything, you know. I'm gonna be. We're gonna be doing. I wanted to build a Lego kit. Mainly just because I haven't in like a while and I want it and it's a really good piece and I want it. So I bought it and now I have to build it and it takes up so much space in my room. I need to get this out of here. You know? So let's see. Hold on. And I also had to I also had to find my hand cam setup because I didn't have it. So I'm like, oh shoot, I have to like pull it out from like under my bed and then set it up again. And it's good, but like, oh man. Okay. All right, let's get to work here. Yay! We're back with the with hand cam shenanigans. Let me put my staff down here really quickly. There we go. Hand cam shenanigans, and the microphone needs to be out of the shot. Hello. Hi, camera. Yeah, this is the hand shenanigam, I guess is what we're gonna call it now. And the kit I'm building is behind me. There's a bunch of pieces. I have to find... Hold on. I need to find the manual. There's a lot of these. Why are there so many? There's like 20 boxes. I mean... There's so many boxes. The manual comes in like an envelope, which is ridiculous. But it is, I may have said this before. We are building the Great Wave of Hanagawa. Did I say this wrong? I forgot. You know, the good art. And it comes even with like... The funny thing is that it comes with a like a guided tour of the kit. You have that one hanging in your room? Yo, it's a good set, isn't it? It looks great. The thing is just I need to start building it. And it comes with like a little audio guide, and I think we're gonna try and listen to it while we build it. So let's do that. And give me a second. I need to get the audio for that while we build it together. Sorry, I was just Googling this and I saw the phrase Lego Great Wave of Kanagawa leak, and I'm like, did someone leak this Lego set? Is that a thing in the community? I've never noticed. Is that a thing? Like people leaking Lego sets? It sounds insane. Okay. I think I have the audio up here. If I can, come on. Is it this? Listen to the soundtrack. The content has been especially... This content has been especially selected to soothe you as you build your own work of art. That's one way to do it. Absolutely a thing? I can't believe that's absolutely a thing. All right. People used to chat all the time trying to squeeze any more... What? Wait. Do you work? You're saying this like you work for, that you were working at the Lego store as a builder. Is that what's going on here? Do we have insider info? Okay. You used to work for the company. I didn't realize that leaking was a thing. You did site chat and stuff. Oh, nice. Okay, you have to tell me, and I need to know now. Is RecycleBot coming back in any form? Please tell me RecycleBot's coming back. I need him. I miss him. I miss this man. I miss the boy. I miss the boy so much. I miss that stupid RecycleBot, and the only place he's in is that haunted house set where he's just like in the trash unmarked, and it makes me sad. This, like, you know the thing, you know the guy I'm talking about, right? Hi, Allie. Hello, how are you? Okay, let's get this video audio thing started, I guess. I don't even know how long this is actually like supposed to be. Let's see here. All right, let's just get it started. Dookie, are you gonna have to like kill me if you give out this information? Is that how is this how the company is? Is it like I've used to compare Lego to like the Nintendo of play toys. In my head, I'm like, these things never go on sale. They're gonna appear for like 5 minutes in store or online and then disappear for the face of the earth. Stuff like that. And I'm like, I went to the local Discovery Center in my area. I wasn't sure how they could afford to hire that sniper outside my office. You know, here's the thing. I'm going to be living closer to the Lego HQ because they're moving to a location that I can go to. And I'm like, can I work for them? But like, I mean, to be honest, like, I'm close enough to where that building is probably going to be that they can just get a sniper to shoot me in between the eyes if I say anything stupid. Straight from my office. Straight from home. So, maybe. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Let's relax and build this Lego set. Which I haven't done in maybe years. Which is kind of ridiculous now I think about it.
There is this force in the wave that is compelling.
The composition is very powerful and seems free from unnecessary rules.
I think this piece is so interesting because it has such an
also, it
open-ended
comes
story.
with
That man
it comes
an incredible,
with this, and I'm
glorious
so
genius.
happy.
Hokusai could paint with anything. A brush, a bottle, an egg, and even a live chicken.
Imagine crafting your own wall art. Maybe it's a passion that fascinates you, or maybe it's the promise of an immersive creative experience like no other, a piece of iconic art you can build for yourself. Relax and reconnect with your creative side. We've created unique soundtracks curated around the world of art, music, and movies. And in this soundtrack, we dive deep into the iconic print, The Great Wave by Hokusai. We'll hear from
Where's
Japanese
bad
art
one?
curator Naoko Mikami.
What Hokusai actually does here is taking the tallest...
The most important
and
page
smallest
instructions on how to use the brick
you can find in
separator.
Japan,
Well, I mean, I'm just going to
and
use my teeth. Fuck it, you know?
reversing their importance.
Woodblock printmaker David Bull.
He is the one we should be looking up to and saying, oh my God, that conception was glorious.
You know,
Just regret
the correct
he didn't
method.
live
Fuck it, we
long
ball
enough
repeatedly.
to see
And I just tear it open with my
humanity
teeth.
as a whole has come to recognize in his work. He could not have possibly ever imagined.
Oh my god, what do you mean there's
Curator and
more
Japanese art at the British
bags?
Museum Alfred Haft.
Oh, there's more
Hokusai
bags.
was somebody who was constantly advancing and adapting to his own circumstances. And
Why are
to
there so
the
many
circumstances
bags?
around him? I mean, a person who is propelled forward and is able to move forward and around all kinds of obstacles.
Manga and anime expert Susan Napier.
You know, he had such facility. There's a real organic quality to his pictures that I think
Why
is
did they get a
because he's
manga
so good
artist
at
for
it.
this?
I mean, I wish I could have all his manga. I mean, I have
6,
some couple of books of reproduction, but
15,
you just kind of flip
8.
through them, and they're so arresting. These pictures are so
Where's
believable.
And Lego
One.
art creative lead Fiorella Groves.
Well, we have this very set Lego color palettes.
12,
And that color palette is what makes Lego Lego,
15.
right? We don't deviate from it very much. And as luck would have it, when we went to see the piece in the British Museum, it was almost an exact match. I kid you not. It was really, we were high-fiving in the area. I'm sure people around us are wondering, what on earth are they doing?
My name is Tatiana Seraino.
I'm crying. Where's
Welcome
where's
to Lego
where's
art.
I'm crying. Where's bag 1? Why can't I find bag 1?
Let's get to know our guests, and we will be starting in Tokyo with David Bull. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Should be fun, I think.
Absolutely. Now, you're Canadian, but you've lived for more than half your life in Japan.
Oh, thank
is that
God.
right?
Yes, in fact, it's almost exactly half. I'm now 70 years old, and I came here just when I was about to become 36. So yes, you're correct. It's half.
Oh yeah, if God
That
didn't want
means
us to
either
use
I
our teeth to
should,
separate bricks, they
think
wouldn't be
about getting
perfect
out of
for it.
here, or
Yeah, if God didn't want us to separate Lego bricks with our teeth, they didn't decide to make them out
How
of
did you
such
end up
good
making
plastic.
woodblock printing in Japan?
partway along, while I was still in Canada, I had a chance encounter with Japanese wood.
I just realized I need to get a special guest here. Give me a second. I forgot. I need to bring a special guest onto our little building scene. It's me. It's me. I made myself a little minifig. Look, I love
Now get a headpiece and it can be potty.
That is a good point. Also, but look at the tiny detail. Look how detailed they got this print. And like, there's little canteens, and I had the belt and the potions, and then on the front, they didn't have a mug when I was there, which makes me a little sad. So instead, I had the coffee cup and the donut. And I made it close as I could to like my actual, like to one of my outfits I had. So you see the name badge there and the buttons and then the little tool belt. They didn't have the hat in the color that I wanted. So I had like some gunpla marker and just painted it over. Same goes with the hair, but it turned out really well. And it's so cute. And I was more interested in the printer that they were doing this on than the actual, making your own minifig, which I thought was adorable. So you're going to be here. Actually, hold on. Can I talk? I want to talk about, this is the weirdest thing. I want to talk about this minifig really quickly. Let me just. So the one obscure Lego fact that I do know is that minifigure heads, if this can focus, minifigure heads are supposed to have a hole in where the studs are. So if you swallowed it, kids can't choke on it. But look what they did. It's just a solid thing in there. This is now legitimately a choking hazard when it wasn't. And I don't know why they changed it. Did they do it for manufacturing? Maybe. But like, it's not that, like, that can choke like a 3-year-old. It could probably choke me. Darwin test. Excuse you. They used to make them and now they're gone now. So I don't know why. And it makes me upset. Just like slightly. It makes me slightly upset. I need to repaint this because it looks so bad. Anyway, she will be our guest for today. She will be hopefully standing here and not fall over. I also need to move the camera so you can actually see her. There she is. Okay, let's keep going.
Block prints. I saw them on the wall one day in a gallery, and the physical object caught my interest. How is this thing made? Look at that, the way the light shines on the paper. This is a really curious object. And over a period of the next few years, I came back to it and thought, could I actually try making something like what I had seen that day?
Oh,
on the
there's a lot
gallery
of pieces
wall?
here. Oh, shit.
Here I am now, 40 years later, actually making the things, to that level.
That's fascinating. I can't wait to hear more about the process a bit later. Our next guest is also in Japan. Naoko Mikami, can you also tell me a bit about yourself?
This is a wild
Okay,
question.
thank you, Tatiana.
Would I get DMCA'd
My
for
name
this
is
audio?
Naoko Mikami. I used to lead a
I should have
project
thought about
called
that
Art
before I
Creative Lab.
played it.
Basically, it was some kind of an initiative to
Uh,
promote
one,
Japanese young
two-
artists in Taiwan.
Shoot. One,
Because
two,
I
three,
was
four.
living in Taiwan at the
One,
time,
2, 3,
and I stayed there a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
And then I came back to Tokyo.
Probably not.
And the
No one's gonna.
pandemic hit,
Yeah,
so
no one's gonna
I was
auto-detect
forced to put Art Curator Japan
this.
on standby.
I hope.
And nowadays,
I hope.
I am
It's fine
planning
because
a
it
new
comes with the
project
set.
called
I
Seahawk
mean, I
Japan,
guess.
which will
Oh, yeah,
act
you're
as a
right. Like, anyone can
platform
access
that
it, but
connects
Content ID is just
Japanese
weird.
Artists and crafts.
Don't worry, I can report you. No, don't.
Interesting.
No,
So you definitely
no.
know a lot about Japanese art.
No, please.
Yes.
Alfred Haft from the British Museum is also an expert on that field. Welcome, Alfred.
Oh, that's
Thank you,
nice.
Tatiana. Great to be speaking with you
Oh,
today. I'm a curator of Japanese
that's
art in the Department
okay.
of Asia at the British
That's
Museum.
kind of
My
nice.
responsibilities
They never had
include
this when I was a kid.
interpreting, sharing, and developing the British Museum's collection of Japanese prints.
Thank
You
you.
mean?
And then we head across the Atlantic to talk with manga and anime expert Susan Napier. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you, Tatiana. I
What does a
am
manga
professor
expert
of
have to
rhetoric and
know
Japanese at the Tufts University in the
about
Boston, Massachusetts area.
this?
I
Oh,
specialize
she's in
in
Boston. Okay, this makes
Japanese
sense now.
literature and popular culture and animation, but I have wider interest in fantasy and visual media as well. I should mention my mother was an art historian, and she introduced me to Japanese art by taking me to the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, where I saw these incredible works that the Museum of Fine Arts has in their East Asian collection. So that kind of inspired me. I've written 5 books and working on my 6th, and the books have been generally on
This is a bit
literature
darker
and
blue
popular
than I was
culture.
expecting,
The one that
honestly.
is probably most relevant to our talk today is called From Impressionism to Anime, and it is an attempt to kind of look at the fascination with Japanese culture.
Oh God, she says
and,
anime.
what that's meant in terms of the interconnection between Japan and the West.
So
Too
let's jump to
weird.
Denmark
Too
and bring in
real.
Lego Art creative lead Fiorella Groves. Welcome, Fiorella. Can you also briefly introduce
I say it
yourself?
I say it
Hi,
anime.
everyone. Hi,
Anime,
Tatiana.
I'm like,
Thanks for having me here. I
are we
really
like
love your
30
work.
years? How
And
old are we?
yes,
Is
my
this like a
name
30 years
Fiorella
ago?
Groves, and I am the creative lead for Lego Art.
Well, welcome. We're really excited to have you here today, Fiorella. Let me also take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Tatiana Kalajan Seraino. I'm an art historian with a BA in art history from St. John's College at the University of
That is a
Cambridge
name.
and an MA in art
I hate
history
it when
from
they
the
call it
University of
manga,
Cabot in
manga,
Rome, where I'm currently
manga.
based, and where I'm
It's
about
also
to embark
bad.
upon a
Not gonna
master's
lie.
in arts and culture management at Rome Business School. I run a
I
YouTube and
probably
TikTok
shouldn't
channel
use
called
that.
About Art that features fast-paced content on works of art from all over the world with the aim of making art and art history accessible, fast, and fresh. Today, I have the unrivaled pleasure of talking with our outstanding guests about Japanese art. Let's dive right in. We're here to talk about the amazing
Wait,
woodblock
where's this
print,
go?
The
Let's
Great
go
Wave
here?
off Kanagawa by Hokusai, that was part of the
Yes.
series 36 Views of Mount.
Unrivaled.
It's arguably the most reproduced artwork in history. I'd like to hear why you think this print has resonated with so many people around the world. Let's start with you, Alfred.
Because it's cool,
Briefly,
honestly.
in this design, Hokusai seems to have achieved an elemental presentation of universal themes.
Naoko, what do you think?
Well, probably it comes from the way it was first introduced to the West.
I just realized I'm missing something. I need to get a picture of Hokusai. Give me a sec. This is PNG. Good. It looks powerful. I'm like, it's cool water. I'm not going to be like... I'm not like a art interpreter, so I'm like, I can't tell you, I can't give a dissertation about this content. However, I can just say I like the art and be okay. I hope this kit Bring big, yeah. Big water make brain feel good. Okay. Let me see here. I got my picture of Hokusai, and she will be joining us as a special guest. There we go. Where should she go? Here, I guess. Hokusai goes here.
If you think about Europe or France in the 19th century,
I don't want to
the
think about Europe
academy
and or
controlled
France in the 19th
everything,
century.
and young artists were looking for.
I don't want to think
moments
about
to
countries,
paint.
honestly.
Hokusai's wave was introduced during those days. I guess it was so different from what the Academy was promoting at the time, and it probably had a huge impact on young artists.
All nations are
The
abstractions.
Great Wave,
True.
the composition is
This
very
is so much darker than I
and
was
seems
expecting
free
in terms of
from
color.
unnecessary rules at the same time. So it was very, very different from anything made in Europe at the time, I guess.
It certainly was. Susan, why do you think it made such an impact around the world?
So many reasons. I feel like it is, first of all, it's just an amazing print. Just
Yes.
artistically, it grabs you.
I like how they're like, what do you like
Kind of
about it?
exciting.
It's so
different from your
good.
traditional,
No.
Japanese print, or even a traditional, landscape picture. I mean,
Mm.
Hokusai was doing something that was also just graphically very exciting, very powerful, with this vision of the wave, and then this tiny mountain, which is Mount Fuji in the background.
Are you-
Supposedly it's a view of
No.
Mount Fuji, but we're seeing it
Oh,
from a
God,
very
help me.
unusual
Okay.
perspective. We're seeing the wave itself is
Oh,
almost
no.
animistic. It has
Oh, no.
these kind of claws are coming out in the white caps of the wave.
Is this how you pad
and
the
it's
pricing
almost
for
like
these
a
damn
beast, or
blocks?
there's something that's trying to
Just give me a
grab
ton of
perhaps
studs.
these fishermen as they're climbing up the wave. And so we have an animistic aspect to the wave. But also
Why do you
just a
do
sheer
this?
graphic joy, and this just
These are like
fascinating,
3
almost
cents
abstract
each.
print. I mean, it
Why?
has so many
It's
different
like
layers
it's the
that you can
same
look at.
color. Why?
Also, the color, this incredible kind of symphony of blue and white to again create a really a
Oh, hold
look
on.
that is both
Easy
almost
ASMR.
abstract but also instantly understandable as waves and boat and mountain. So it's really
You should
quite
see the
a
other art
unique,
sets like the Star Wars.
distinctive
You should see
work
the
of art.
stream yesterday I did. Like at the
Now,
end of
what
the
do you think
stream,
the
I
main
got
takeaway for the
I
viewer is?
teased that I was doing this, and then I went on a tangent about
Obviously,
looking at the Lego
perspective
price, like
between
looking at the Lego
tiny
stuff
Mount
online
Fuji
and
the
screaming
giant
about some
wave
of them.
makes the composition very strong.
Like
Absolutely,
the
especially
blockhead set
considering that Mount
makes me
Fuji
want
in
to make the
background is
blockhead
the
series
highest
makes me
point in
want to
Japan,
die
and
inside.
Here it's completely dwarfed
So bad.
by the huge cresting wave.
Why do they do
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Exactly. Actually, I think there's also
Same? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who absolutely thinks those should die.
Is really something
Although
that really captures our eye.
I lied to so many
Exactly,
people
yes.
saying it
It's
was
kind of
good.
like it's
How
really different. It's
could
also a little bit
you?
almost sublime
How
because it's
could
so
you?
not us.
Wait.
Jarella, what are your
Oh,
thoughts?
oh my god, it almost fell
Well,
off. I got
think
it.
this piece is
So many
so
unsuspecting
interesting
cra-
because
no.
it has
Well,
such
okay.
an open-ended story, you know?
Blockhead's
Don't quite
goal of
know
my
how much
floor.
power
Oh
these fishermen are
no.
in,
Just
and,
ruining
did they
Christmas.
make it back
Dude, you need to
shore?
like
Why are they
atone for
out
your
there?
sins in some way.
Visualizes a really human experience, I feel. Like the wave is this really massive, dominating force that's crushing the boat, and yet they're still going out to sea. You know, you kind of have to ask yourself, is the wave the helping hand that's going
man.
to deliver them back to land? Or is
Well,
it
okay, if you
actually
if
gonna
you
be something
did it
that's gonna
for
demolish them?
young
So it
kids
creates
who
this
see a
kind of
blob of color
dialogue
and
that you
go,
have with the
"That's
piece
Sonic,"
really, really
that's
fascinating. I
fine.
think that's
But
why
literally
it's captivated
anybody
so many people.
I love that. I agree
else,
with you. I think it's the
I will
human aspect of
actually
the
hate
narrative
you.
that really makes it so universal.
I also want to
David, what do you
mention
think?
Okay, now
that
you're sort of moving out of my
nothing
pay
to do
grade here.
True.
I
Okay.
know that's an
Actually, you know,
iconic picture, of course.
Can you at least confirm for me
Strikes
one
just as
thing?
well as it strikes
Can you
anyone
confirm
else,
for me
but I'm
that
not
these were
the
what
man to look
were
at
the
this
Lego
and
company
analyze
attempting
for
to
you and say,
cash
oh,
in
yes,
on
he's
goddamn
used the triangle
Funko
twice,
Pops?
Mount Fuji and the wave, and it echoes and all this stuff, and it comes from the left, not
Like
the right,
that-
Blah, blah, blah. Those people
That's
talk
real,
about
right?
this.
Like that's got to
I
be
really
the reason why they
don't
did
know,
this,
and
right?
honestly speaking, I
Right.
don't think about it too much.
They never
Because
expressly
what
said
my
that. No,
job
they're
is to make
then somebody's lying.
physical product. the best manifestation
But yes,
of
yeah.
Hokusai's idea to honor that.
Somebody's lying to
It's possible
themselves
even maybe
that
to-
they thought this was a good idea
This might
and
sound
decided to sell
pretentious,
Funko Pops out of
possible
choco
to
pieces
even
for
make a
$10.
better version of the Great Wave
I'm also
than
slightly
the original.
And what
I'm
do you
also
think the main takeaway of the print is for
slightly
the viewer?
upset about the fact that the blockhead
may
of
be
the
two
only
main
good-looking actual
One,
piece,
a
the blockhead of
forceful recognition
R2-D2,
of the
has
power
to be
of
bought
nature,
in a
and
set.
two, perseverance
That's
through
$50.
the challenges of daily
I mean,
life.
mind you, it also
Perseverance through the
includes
challenges of daily life.
Lando,
I love that.
which is dope,
Fiorella?
but
I think for the viewer that it's a
You
really
know.
formidable reminder of how fragile
Why?
humanity is when we're met up against the forces of nature. And here Hokusai is,
these
casting
things are going to
nature as
keep
this
falling and
beautiful
rolling off my
force,
table, and I
an
will
active
scream.
protagonist, if you will, rather than a mere backdrop or
Because they knew the
some
ones
sort of
where the other
victim,
ways to move the
in
others
many
around.
cases. But
That's
it's
trust me,
it's this soul.
it's very clear.
In there that's really taking.
It's
the main
very
stage.
clear.
That's something that you can't forget walking away from this piece.
Absolutely. And it's both so beautiful
When
and
you-
so terrifying at the same time.
It is.
Bundles were the
I would
best
not
shot.
want to
I
be on
mean,
that
yeah.
list, that's for sure.
Me neither, for sure. Yeah. Susan?
This sounds facile, but it depends on the viewer, of course. It's pretty obvious
One,
that this is a very,
two,
very popular print. I mean, I believe it is the single most
three.
reproduced work of art. So clearly, it's speaking to a lot of people.
I
I
didn't
would say
know
it's
that that's
partly
actually true.
just
That's kind of neat.
maybe beauty and wildness, maybe would be my feeling. As I say, it's just aesthetically very, very pleasing. It works well. You can make it small, you can make it big. The basic design remains intact. So you can put it on your cell phone as a background, or
One,
you
two,
can
three. 1, 2,
for all I know,
3.
you can make a tattoo of it, or
Why did they give me?
put it on
No.
a sneaker
Why?
or something.
There's
So
a extra.
It has that kind of.
They're going to.
quality of
Oh, there's going to be one extra of
iconicity,
everything, aren't
that
isn't
it's
there?
reproducible,
Oh,
that
I'm
it's
gonna hate this.
powerful,
Gonna hate
and
this.
that it fits across many, many dimensions of art, but also popular culture, that I think is very important. But to go back to the wildness, this is not just a pretty little picture.
But
of a
yeah, that was my
mountain,
small blockheads
and
rant.
flowers and things like that. There
Um,
is this force in the wave that is compelling, and it does come across.
I hate
no
them.
matter
I
how
hate them
small
so
it is.
much.
And that's really
I want to
something.
buy the
I
Sonic
see
one
it
though
as a
because it is
tiny little,
extremely
medallion or
cursed
a pendant,
and is
and you
probably the
still
funniest
have
one
that,
there.
that curve,
Alongside
that
maybe
sense of,
Tails.
wow, what's going to
I
happen
would get that
next?
to. I
Literally,
would give that to a
it's
friend
literally
as a
about to
joke.
crest. I mean, it is.
And it's a very
that's what's so exciting
affordable
about
joke.
waves. They're not just static; they are always about to happen. So we have this, small print, this infinite possibility of something about to happen.
Absolutely. I think it's the inevitability of that wave crashing down that will translate no matter how big or small the print is, it's so timeless, as you said.
Exactly.
So what does the print mean to you personally, Fiorella? What do you think about when you see it?
I mean, after working,
I see it,
with
and I
this
see my
piece
favorite
for
one of my
quite some
favorite
time,
FGO characters in a sexy
we've had
swimsuit.
lots of discussions in the team about
Does that include
what it
brick
means to
sixes,
us,
wooden
and
brickheads?
I think personally for me, it speaks to me
So
in the sense
you
that
you build it a
know,
brain? Okay, that's kind of
there's no-
cute though. I
there's
like
no
that.
bounds for humanity's capacity for courage.
I kind of like those,
You know,
like
we
they
can
the
almost
cute
liken
inner details
Hokusai's fishermen
are.
heading out to fish to
It's a very
NASA
it's
sending
a cute
astronauts
thing.
into space.
It's also a
like,
good
it's so
excuse to
dangerous
make
out there. Why are you
a
going out there?
new
But it's an
Millennium
important
Falcon that is
reminder
way
that sometimes
huge.
It's a worthwhile endeavor.
It's
to
like the
venture
butthole for the
further.
tiny.
And,
They-
whether we
wait,
overcome the
wait,
journey or succumb to the treachery it brings. I think
There was a
we'll be
what
prepared.
set
Absolutely, yes. And I think
what
that's
tiger
the-
set did
the
they have a
mountain as
butthole?
well, somehow symbolizes the
And
fact that it's
please
supposed to
tell me
stay
it was like
background.
they reused like a part
Absolutely.
instead of just
Despite
like
the drama, things will
Oh,
hopefully turn
man.
out okay.
I can imagine it's like a
Susan, what does it mean to you
weird water
personally?
spigot or something for a butthole.
Well, I've always loved Hokusai. Personally, I wish I could collect him. I don't have that kind of money, alas. And
I know that I did it
fishermen,
perfectly because there's
and
going to be
they're
one
going to
left
get
of
through. In
every single
Japanese, there's a
piece,
term,
and it will
ganbaru,
drive drives me insane
means,
not
enduring,
knowing where to put
persevering,
them.
just, keep going.
There's a Tiger
And
created
they're
set like it was
persevering
building a little
against this
puzzle. Okay,
wave,
hold on.
which is
Can you
beautiful
give
and
me
amazing, but
can you find
really
the set
very
number? Hold on.
alien. And I like the
Lego
fact that they're still
Tiger.
gunboater and they're still getting their boat and still going on. And I do love Mount Fuji. It's so beautiful.
Oh,
And it does make me think of
I
Fuji,
just
which
looked
I've
it
seen
up.
for so often over the years.
They used the
In the
pink
sense that
flower
it
piece.
may
No.
be small, but it's still there. This feeling that yes, there's a wave, but there's
Oh,
also Fuji, and there are human beings who are still trying to gumbato, still trying to persevere throughout this complex, wild, and crazy world.
It leads back to how
it's
this
it.
print became so timeless and
31129.
important for
Okay,
viewers
hold on.
all over the world.
Exactly.
I think I'm looking at 311. Yeah, I'm looking at 31129.
When I looked at the print for the first
I
time, I
can't-
felt that the colors seemed to create an initial
Oh my
sense of
God,
serenity.
that's just a
But the subject
butthole.
matter itself definitely changes that
Twitter
first impression.
accounts.
Naoko, what do you think of that?
Well,
I love these
I'm
funny
not sure
insights that we're
there's a
getting. This is
serenity
actually really cool.
here. Maybe this is.
I would go crazy too if
Western
there
point
was a
of view.
stupid. If
Well,
this,
for Japanese people, and
someone thought
especially
this
at
was
the
a great
time,
idea.
Using all that blue might have created a lot of excitement and strong
No,
sense
Quote.
of energy.
I need
I
the quote
think.
from you.
So
Non-stop
because
butthole
such shades of blue
discourse.
were completely
That's an
new at the
insane
time.
word
Alfred, tell
set
us a little
set
bit
of
about what
words.
you're actually looking at in the print.
Okay, I'm just gonna put my extra pieces.
The print
in
is
the bag
popularly
that
called
came in.
the Great Wave, but it actually has a designated title which can be translated Under the Wave off Kanagawa. Kanagawa was a famous fishing ground, and the location relates specifically to the print. Here, returning from a delivery
block?
in heavy seas,
New block,
3
yay!
fish transport boats
Because
encounter a giant cresting storm wave that appears
I
ready
feel
to
so
crash
bad.
down
It's just
upon them,
like-
and even over Mount Fuji in
Just
the distance.
immense discourse
Hokusai
about.
brings us right into the middle of the action
butthole.
and presents a great cliffhanger.
Oh man,
Will the boats
Okay.
make it safely home?
Absolutely.
we're done.
The
Next
Great
block?
Wave is what was known as an ukiyo-e in Japan. David, can you tell us a little bit more about what ukiyo-e prints actually were?
Okay, ukiyo without
Oh
the-
no, this one's worse.
the floating world.
Oh.
translated, is a philosophy.
Oh
Sort
no.
of a way to live.
It's like pixel art,
Just live
but I
today,
have
don't
to
think
do
about
it by
more too
hand.
seriously. Just float through the world and you'll see what will come. The is the word for picture. It got tacked onto this once publishers and designers started making book illustrations.
It's gonna
that
fall,
depicted
and
this
I'm
kind
scared of losing
floating
pieces.
world. And that's what ukiyo-e in its technical meaning actually means.
It's just
So
a wood
there's
block
the
painting, guys.
technical
It's not that
academic
complicated.
answer. The word now has, in general usage, come to have a wider meaning of just Japanese pictures.
Right. Now, the Great Wave is part of the series 36
Wait, that
Views
sounds
of Mount
that
Fuji.
sounds wrong.
Alfred, can you tell us some more about
Okay.
this series?
The series depicts Mount Fuji, Japan's most
Maybe we
famous
should have
mountain,
gotten like a
from
cup
quite
to put everything
dazzling
on.
variety of locations and perspectives.
Might have been a good idea.
From cities and highways, land and sea, across rivers, lakes, and forests, from the tops of buildings and bridges, from the base
I never
of
really
valleys,
realized
high and low, near
how much
and far.
discourse Lego
The
could
title
have.
suggests
Then
a
again,
series of 36 prints.
I
but
follow
these were
people who talk
apparently
about
so
Bionicles
well-received
like
that
a
the
lot.
publisher, Nishimura,
So
commissioned another 10 designs.
I kind of get
In an
it.
advertisement for the series, Nishimura promised a series in monochrome blue, but at some point the approach changed and other colors were steadily added. Hokusai scholar Roger Keyes has likened the progression to the sun rising and gradually restoring color to the
Did you
world.
see the Bionicle reference in the anniversary
Now,
set?
Komikami,
I think
as a
I did.
Japanese art curator, what can you say?
Although,
about
but
this
I'm not
series?
like a big like. I have my old Lego
I
sets, but I
find
don't like.
Some of them.
I mean, I have my
are
old Bionicle sets, but I still
outstanding,
don't
the
like.
Great
I never
Wave.
cared for the lore
But
because I was too young
also
to understand
think
it.
Some of them
I thought it was.
in the
I thought they
series
just
are
looked
rather
dope,
ordinary
which
works.
that's a selling
You
point.
need to consider the fact that the artist.
Oh
are
wait,
not
didn't the anniversary set have like a?
solo on
I
the
feel like they
market.
probably had a mask in there or
They
something, right?
responded to what was called a hanmoto. Hanmoto means publisher or producer. So even if there was,
was a goofy
dialogue
little suit.
between the artist,
I'm looking it
and
up.
Hanmoto,
If you have the set number,
publisher
go ahead.
Had final decision
Buy
for
on
the contents of the
local
series.
And
So of course, money is the
reference.
center of the thing. Hamoto always wanted to
90th
create
anniversary. Thanks,
new
autocomplete.
popular series that would sell a lot. In this series of Mount Fuji, they used the new color Prussian blue, and this would definitely be popular among buyers. Furthermore,
I might not be finding the right
the artist
thing in
draw
here.
images of Mount Fuji from various famous places. This is obviously another commercial trick.
Sure. And we'll get back to the whole
Oh,
commercial aspect
it's
of
like
the thing.
little
But can you
miniature
tell us how the
sets.
other prints
Okay.
in the series differ to the
I
Great
see.
Wave?
Some of them are very not that complex.
If anyone wants to look at the set that I'm thinking about,
compared to
it's
the
that I'm
Great
looking at. It is set
Some of them you
11021.
cannot compare
That
to
is the
other.
doofiest looking
I
leg.
agree with you. The dynamism that comes through this print is, I think it differs greatly to
Hold
the
on.
rest. There's a lot
I'm
more,
I'm putting this on stream.
a sense of energy coming through, which is unrivaled, I think, compared to the others.
I'm putting this on stream
Alfred?
to show you how doofy
The
this guy
prints
looks.
are not numbered.
This is
So it is difficult
ridiculous.
to know the original order of publication or the sequence, if any was intended. The prints likely to be earliest are known in monochrome
Look at
blue,
that doofy
followed
looking
by
guy.
others with blue outlines and a combination
Like,
of colors. The last
Why
10
is this?
originally
Why is
had
it this
black
piece
outlines
and not like
and
a
variety of
stud?
colors. Under the Wave of
Oh,
Kanazawa seems to stand out for its powerful narrative quality.
But it was the sea view in the Great Wave that would
I love the art.
international interest in Japanese art. Is that correct?
The art's-
Hokusai's published drawing manuals seem to have promoted initial interest in the artist and
See, that's
contributed to a
fine,
growing
but that's
interest in
printed.
Japanese art. And this interest
This
was
is
spurred
funny.
further as color prints became better known.
Did they update?
Hokusai's
Did he
skill
make
in
it better?
drawing water seems to have won special
Did he? Did they?
admiration
Is
from
this a?
European
Oh,
and
I'm
American
fucking
collectors
losing it,
and art
dude.
connoisseurs.
Absolutely. Let's
Help
talk a bit about
derail
the
the stream.
technique.
No, it's fine.
David,
It's
how do
Lego
Japanese
related.
woodblock
Who
prints
cares?
Compared to oil on canvas painting.
It's the point.
Because it is different, isn't it?
You're only making me talk more and make the stream longer, which is good or not.
Prints were created in didn't have anything like oil paintings. They didn't exist over there.
Oh,
This is
poor
a
man.
Completely different, separate.
What did they do to you?
genres. These are different cultures, different techniques, different concepts, different motivations, different results.
I
Oil
hate
painting
the
was, as far as I understand it, created as a thing that we would call art.
Now this is what you call
It was done by
shitting on a legacy.
and the purpose of communicating some kind of image or some kind of image emotion to somebody else who was going to look at this.
Okay,
thing.
hold on.
It was perhaps going to.
You know the Lego.
hang
You know the
over
Lego
and
set
see
that
it.
doesn't
It
exist
was
that I
an
just
object
want to
of
buy and build
art.
myself.
Now the Great Wave.
Let
and
me.
the
This
other
is not
things that were
official,
made
but I
by
wanted this kit
society
so
in
bad
that time, they
because I know
were
somebody
not
announced it.
art.
I want this
They
boy
didn't exist as art objects.
so bad.
Woodblock prints back then were not in any way, shape, or
Look
form.
at
and I
how
mean
cute he
zero.
was.
They were not.
They do have a real
object
one.
that we in the West think.
It's
of
funny
as being
because
art, and this is a
this Lego
huge
this little
paradox.
puzzle bot guy
That print,
I
woodblock print
got
that
from a
way
person who
was
worked
just
at Google.
One of a group of another group of another.
It's a cute
group of
little
prints
brick
that were
set.
Just published to grab some money and get it. Let's go on and make.
But,
the next
like,
one. And here
I
now
want
the
like
entire planet looks
these
like
because they were like
this is one of the
stinking
greatest art objects
color
ever had
accurate
man.
and stuff, and it was adorable. And I
Hokusai
want
could hear
to
you
buy a
say that,
kit.
He would just say, like,
I want to buy the parts myself and then just
what are you
build it
smoking?
together.
But let
It
me
was
have
so good.
some. It's a
Man.
concept I cannot emphasize enough. The whole Western world back in the 1800s, when Japanese culture first started to become
Okay.
open to the West, you know, the era of
Back to
after
Lego.
Perry opened the country and Japonism and stuff like this, the Western world went nuts for Japanese culture and still, to a large extent, is nuts about Japanese culture. But they see those woodblock prints as being some of the greatest art ever created by the hand of man, which
One,
I
two,
actually
three,
agree with,
four.
but the people who made them would say, what? Because they were just making printed stuff.
With every work of art, context can really help us better understand the subject matter and style. Naoko, can you tell me about what was happening in Japan at the time?
At the time, Japan had been enjoying about 200 years of peace and tremendous economic and cultural boom. So the population in those days was very optimistic about the
Is this
future,
before
and the
or
situation
after the
in life,
Americans
I
attacks?
would
Oh,
say.
this is definitely before the Americans attacked.
Tokyo, which was then called Edo, had a population of over 1 million people and was thus, I think, the largest city in the world at that time. The city infrastructure was quite advanced with very high hygiene condition.
They
The
still
literacy
are.
level of people was also very high, and the cultural life was vibrant there. And there was no political
Oh yeah, Dookie,
tension
might as well
yet,
actually ask a question.
although the situation
What do you use to
will
finish
slowly
these? Because I wanted
degrade
to. I have a
during the
painted
next
clear coat
decades.
that I want to use to
And so the Great Wave was
put over
made
this when
just
I'm done.
on the
And I was
precipice
wondering
of
if that's a good
change, if
idea.
you will.
Yes,
Or there's a feeling that imminent change is about to occur, perhaps coming through the print itself.
yes, absolutely.
Did the fact that Japan was closed and isolated from the outside world have an impact on the way Japanese art evolved at this time?
Of course, during the Sakoku period, Sakoku means closed country, which lasted a bit more than 200 years, Japan did not completely stop the influx of foreign culture.
Yep.
There was still in Japan what was called Rangaku, or Dutch studies, which studied art, technologies, and philosophies that were coming from Europe.
Not gonna lie, at the
Also,
moment,
the
I
culture
feel like I'm
of
listening
mainland
to
China
a
was still
more
finding
educational
its way.
version of Bill Wurtz's The
So
History of Japan.
was not completely closed. However,
It really sounds like it
isolation
in my head.
policy played reducing the influx
What is this?
of
Who
foreign
made
cultures
this? When did they
to
make
minimum.
this? They just took a
And
square
because of
stud and cut a
that,
corner out of
there
it.
was more and more for
They're running out of
the-
ideas.
for distinctive, standalone Japanese culture to evolve and mature.
All right,
or
where's
less
this
and less on
stupid-
ideas imported from China?
What?
So I think that one of the reasons why the Great Wave
Hold
is so
up.
special is because
Okay,
it offers
cool.
us
So
such
I need this one
privileged
piece.
insight into the
It's
lifestyle,
trapped
the
in
culture,
here
and
for
the
some
mentality of
reason,
Japan at
and
the
it's the
time. So
only
we
wa-
agree
it's
on
the
that.
only
I agree
blue
that the
2x1
whole series of
stud
the
brick in here
36
in this package of
gives
studs.
us an amazing insight
Studs.
of what Japanese life looks
Why are
like.
they like this?
But
Who did
if
this?
you really want to know the inside, you should.
This is the
check
weirdest,
Hokusai manga.
infuriating thing I've ever
Susan, as a
seen.
manga and anime expert, now we're moving into your area.
Why?
First of all, can you just explain the difference between manga and anime?
Anyway,
Manga
for this
are,
next part, drink when you hear the words
print and anime was moving.
drink when you hear the word I don't know,
that's a
Demon
very,
Slayer.
very important difference.
Sword.
that you have on film something that's moving and transforming.
Yeah.
Having
Drink
said
w-
that,
drink
manga
when you hear
can
the
be
word,
pretty powerful,
Demon
too.
Slayer.
But with anime,
Because
you
I know
have,
it's gonna be in here.
the sound also and the movement, and of course, more and more. Really,
Anime?
certainly the
All right.
1970s on.
Is the next step
very
terrible?
Sophisticated techniques of animation, really beautiful.
95 of
manga
these?
artists are artists who are
Why are there
artistic training.
95
They're coming in. They really know how to create beautiful images, and then the anime
I hate
directors
this.
and the
Why did I
animators
do
are
this to
also,
myself?
well versed in art history and the way to create beautiful images. I mean, you kind of keep wanting to watch it.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how did Hokusai sort of introduce manga?
Well, the story is that he had been pretty successful, and he ended up, being very, very well known. But at this point in I think it was 1814 that the first manga is published, and I believe it was his publisher that sort of said, well, why don't we publish a book? And Hokusai was definitely known. I mean, he was born in 1760, so by the time he's doing
One,
manga, he has an established reputation.
2,
He's in his 50s. He has a good publisher. He wasn't apparently necessarily all that
3,
excited himself, but money is money. So,
4.
He'd been doing sketches. I mean, he's an artist. He sketches
One.
just of all different kinds of things. And they put it together in a book, and it did very well. And so, great. Suddenly he becomes much more interested in publishing this kind of thing. And there are at least 12 that were published during his lifetime. And
There
it
are
was
so many of
lucrative,
these.
and it was probably rather fun. I mean, here's a brilliant artist who's just enjoying himself doing his sketches and making money. I mean, that's what could be better?
And speaking of their success, these images, I think initially they were just meant for students.
Yes. Yeah. They were originally, so thank you for pointing that. Yeah, they were originally learn to draw. How
I
to learn
just
to draw,
noticed why you said hair
And
as
we
a
still, it's
comment.
so sweet because we still have these
Now I
wind up
see the
books.
hair.
I'm sure
How do
you're
you
aware
have a
of them.
better
Very, very
perception
available
of the
to read.
scene in
It's
front of you
for
than I
people
do?
see
I'm
drawing and not
literally
doing
right
anything.
here.
Cool. I'd like to do that. And so it's very nice that 100 and, well, almost 200 years later, people are still learning to draw manga and still doing sketches and having fun with this.
So as well as
You're
being
known for being very observant.
accessible
I
and
see.
entertaining, as you said, these images, they also give us a peek into the Japanese people and what their life in Japan was like at the time.
Oh, absolutely. And again, that was one of the revolutionary aspects about them because up until that point, even in Japan, there wasn't that much fascination with kind of regular people. And so he's able to draw very distinctive looking people who look like real human beings engaged in all kinds of activities.
Like because
And
of the
I think,
greater
again, sort of go back to this idea of movement.
You,
There
Lunar,
is
you
a
are
lot of sense of lightness and movement across the
miraculous.
pages if you look at the
You are
manga.
majestic.
And people are doing their
You can probably
fishing or
do the
they're
thing
dancing or
in
they're playing games,
movies
card
where you
games, or
capture
just
a
jumping
fly in
around or
chopsticks.
doing silly things,
Incredibly
celebrating something.
perceptive.
And not just people, but you have
Perspective?
animals and you have very strange, grotesque animals. So it's not just the ordinary people of Japan, but Hokusai's manga are everything. They're a world of everything. He's doing
Oh boy.
occupations, a barrel maker, a sake maker, but also it's a wider world
I
of
love how some of
the
them tried to escape
supernatural,
me.
which in a way is something that would have been considered part of the
A more
world,
Ace
but not
Ventura. Okay,
the
I
real
see.
world in the 1830s. I mean, there's a definite
Ace
sense of
Ventura is a movie
animistic
series that I'm
forces
like, I think it
as part of
aged
Japanese culture that was accepted.
pretty
Were there any
poorly.
humorous drawings among
But
them?
some of the jokes are still good.
Yeah, I mean, they're often
Some of the
very
scenarios are good.
but they're not
There's like one joke that I can
slapstick.
think of that aged
It's not like people slipping on
horrifically,
banana peels per se.
and it was
Not
the
quite
entire
that
plot.
kind of,
But
comic humor that we might see in the
um,
West. It's more just, I would
yeah,
call it lighthearted, maybe a little bit frivolous, although working, I mean, the idea is that people
the
are
mother, yeah, no, the mother rhino joke will
very fresh
actually
on almost forgotten
will
from
be
this
good.
period. That it
There was that
a
one, and
very,
also
really unusual
if I remember
period
right, the
in world
spear.
history and for any
The
country.
spears,
They
I
were
will
cut
never
off
stop
from the
laughing
rest of the
at.
world for 260 years, pretty much. And they developed this very interesting culture, which I say is very urban, very mercantile. And at least for the people who were part of it, it clearly was, there was a sense of
Hey, I'm
joy,
starting to
kind
realize,
of intransience. And so, to me, again, to go back to the
these
question
are
of humor,
kind of
it's
flesh
more
colored.
large humor, a kind of broad humor, a sense of, aren't people amazing?
It's
Aren't
currently
they,
messing me up just a
sort
little
of
bit. I'm like, wait,
fun and silly? And,
it looks like I'm
isn't this
staring at
world an
flesh.
amazing place? And, we should kind of appreciate it while it continues, while it floats by.
They're pleasantly
And I
peachy.
suppose
They
also the way they
do,
kind of,
but also
the
like
way you're describing the nature
I see
of
like
these,
a person's
manga,
like
this
belly
book
button in
encapsulated
this
everything,
in my head.
the humor,
It looks like I'm looking at
banality,
someone's
yeah.
stomach
That's good.
or like a
Banality.
piece of pork
Banality.
belly.
Yeah, because it's often just regular stuff.
Absolutely.
Just regular stuff that somehow becomes
I mean, it's a
special.
nice color
They're so
regardless, but I'm
arresting
looking at it so much I can
they're
only
so
see is like
believable. You know these people, but beautifully encapsulated.
they
And
look
what
the
else can you tell
same.
us about these drawings? Is there anything else that comes to mind?
I guess I would. I mean, I work on fantasy, so I can't help but, be so impressed by the fantastic images. I mean, I love his dragons. Dragons are great, just generally. And if you
Dragons
go
are great
to
in general.
Kyoto, you'll see that often a temple will have a dragon on its roof, on a ceiling. And the reason
The
is
one,
that in the West
the
we have
Lego
fire-breathing
Pippin look upon there
dragons,
has a
but
question. Are
in
they made of house,
Asia,
or is
dragon
the house made of
is a
them?
water
Please scream, for
spirit.
they do not know.
And you
Ah, the
have
classic,
a
yes.
dragon on your ceiling in a temple in order to help
Are
prevent
they made of
fire.
house, or
And of
is the
course, they're
house
an
made of flesh?
incredibly delightful thing to draw, and we certainly have them in the West.
The
St.
classic
George and the
debacle.
Dragon. But the Japanese artists were really kind of could go to town on them, and they're so lively in
I
Hokusai's
found a
sketches.
spare
I
yellow,
just imagine them flapping
spare
their
peach
tails,
one.
or flying or something. And just generally, he has his ability to do the grotesque and the supernatural, which I do think is very important in modern manga as well. That I would say that's a definite connection there. Really worth looking at.
Thank you, Susan. He really sounds like a playful character.
They really are padding out the price of this with studs. I mean, also
I'd
it's
like
like
to hear
it's
more
an
about
excuse
how
to
the
be like,
actual
well,
wood
it's
block prints are made.
pixel
And
accurate,
David,
so
I believe that you have made about
fuck it, I
2,000
guess.
prints of the Great Wave. Is that right?
Okay, when you say me, we got to qualify this right away. It's never one person's job. Designers designed, carvers carved, printers printed, and it was all sewn together, wrapped together by a producer. You know, the
Which,
man who
like,
was the publisher.
I mean, of
Maybe
course,
more
people
four
they would do
jobs,
like,
the publisher,
you
the
know,
carving team, the
pixels,
printing team,
like
and the
pixel art.
designer.
That's
Those
like
four
it's the
people
perfect medium for
together
that,
were
right?
responsible for it.
But
So
also,
to answer your question, have I made
why are they
6,000 copies of
circles?
the Great Wave?
Why did they do
I have cut
circles?
the blocks
They have
for
perfectly
the
fine
version that
colored
I
one by
was
one
publishing. I have not printed a single one of the
square
ones that were
tiles
sold.
with
I
a
did some
flat
of the
cap,
custom
and I don't know the name
Once
of
we
them.
got it organized, I passed it over to our professional team.
Why don't they
Oh,
use
go,
those?
guys.
Every
Get it.
other time, every other
Take us
like
through the process
Lego
of making a print
artwork I've
from the
seen
artist having
from
done the
people,
drawing. So let's say Hokusai
they
has
have
just
they're
made the drawing
flat.
of the Great Wave.
I don't know
How
why
many
they're
people then get involved,
round.
and what do they each do?
Why are they round?
Most projects started with a publisher coming up with the idea for something he wanted to produce and sell. Most projects started with the publisher. Okay, I see the guy down the
Like
street.
if
He's
I
selling those
replaced
new
all
design
this with
ideas.
like
She gave those
really
landscapes to
nice,
the Tokaido. They're selling
like with
some
like same color
some
equivalent
other
like
project, and he might say,
square
"What could we
studs
do? I know. I saw some landscapes
or whatever,
by that Hokusai guy.
this would be dope.
Let's see if we can call him up and
Tactile
see if
feedback,
he's
I mean,
free and he can do some
maybe, I
landscapes for us.
guess.
Let's chat with him. So he
Maybe it
gets a
keeps
hold
the
of
visual
Hokusai,
identity
calls
of
him in.
we made this out of Lego.
He'd call him in.
I
One of his
guess.
henchmen would go out there and say, "Mr. Publisher wants to chat with you if you got some free time."
There's a lot of
Some would
weird
say,
things.
"Yeah, okay, I'll go and talk to him. Let's see what we can do."
Again,
And the publisher would
this is
outline
why,
to
like,
Hokusai
these
the
weird
concept they had
things
in
are the
mind.
reason
Let's
why
do some
I've
big
said,
landscapes, the ones
and
that
I've
match
just come
what
up in my,
Hiroshige is
like,
doing
come up
right
to the
now
conclusion in my
instead of
head
Hokkaido.
that
Let's do a
Lego
famous
is the
show all around
Nintendo
Fuji,
of
'cause it's really
toys.
hot in the market. People love pictures of Mount Fuji. Maybe we can have 5 or 6 or maybe 10 of them in the set or something like this. He would, brainstorm this or just, put an idea on the table. And Hokusai might say, well, okay, but I'm busy with the commission right now for a couple of screens, but I'll be free in maybe 2 weeks. Can we talk about it? And the guy will say, yeah, bring me some sketches when you're ready.
Not to mention,
I'm
man,
making
it would
this
be
all up.
really
This is the
hard to,
way
like,
that it worked. We know.
imagine you get something in the crevice of this and you have to
Some time
clean
goes
it.
by and Hokusai brings in a few sketches for the guy. It was a guy. There was
Oy.
no women in any of his
Oy.
projects. I'm sorry. It's all going to be men involved in this whole thing here because these were working people. Women were at home doing female things and men had jobs. So
Men were going out and doing male
publisher
things like
says,
eating
"Okay,
food and dying
that
in
looks
war.
good. That's what I had in mind. Yeah. Tell you what, though, these have a bit too many people. I
know,
know,
the classic.
most of your work involves really close-ups of people. I know. But the thing I have in mind here, I want to really think about the wide landscape. I know you want to do the people, but I want to do the wide landscape. So take these things, go back, and let's, can you, fix them? So Hokusai grumbles, but he's broke, maybe. Whatever, he does need work. He's got to
Maybe
make
I
a
should
living,
just
so
put
he
these
spent
together
money that he
while
got on
I'm
screen
making
painting.
the
We talked
show
about
to
it,
see how
2 weeks ago, whatever.
how
So he goes
progression
back, he does
is.
some more sketches, brings them in. The publisher says,
Oop.
this is what I want. Yes, good. I want the landscape, the big wide open spaces, the big
Yeah, I think I
sky.
should.
I
Look
want
at
that
that.
mountain. Good.
He's
good.
too done.
Tell you, I've been thinking
Out
about
of
this some more, and I knew you could do it.
6?
We're going to expand it. We're going to do 12 in the series.
And
how about
then
this? If we paid you, it would be
the
he'd
outside
name a
wall
number,
frame?
And Hokusai would say, "Is that all?" And the guy would say, "Well, they'd have the negotiation, blah 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 blah." And they'd come to their deal about doing this. So Hokusai goes back to his workroom and he sketches some more, draws some more, sketches some more.
Fusion.
Now we don't have any
ha.
idea how much back and forth there was. The publisher sends him home again. He brings him again, sends him home again.
Oh, hell yeah.
No. But at
Now it's
some
coming
point,
together. Now I
it could
see
be
it.
early in the process. It could be late. There's a deck of sketches. There.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. This
Hold on.
is
I
really
need to push all
cool.
these
We
down.
can use this.
These are
Okay,
not.
then let's do it. Let's call the series 36 Views of Fuji. Because look at this. You add 10 more and we'll do this. And he gets excited and says, we're going to do this. He calls
They aren't
his men over and says, look at this.
all
We're going to have
going
a
in.
real good series here. And they make their deal and away they go. Now production starts, but Hokusai at this point is actually almost
Oh, these
already
Technic pieces
finished.
don't, click
He's
together.
presented sketches that show the mounted and a couple of guys in front of it
That
with
stinks.
a horse and whatever. And the publisher's team
Some of
now
these aren't
takes over.
in all the way.
And they can now
Okay,
put
there we
this
go.
into a square format. They will draw
Hell yeah.
lines. They
Okay.
will put in the cartouche. The publishers decided the name. It's going to say Sanjuroke Toka the 36. The publishers team
Next
does
one.
this. Now they might go back to Hokusai and say, look, the sketch of this horse is a bit rough. Can you clean it up? And Hokusai will clean up a horse
What?
and give it to them. And they paste that in.
Why even bother?
And bit by bit, the 36
It's
views
there's so
come
much
together
nothing
like
in
this.
this.
And probably the first
It's
few start
stupid.
carving while they were still already starting to make the next ones in the batch. Maybe
Yeah,
they
the
haven't
first
even
step
got the
is just step
designs for
one.
The last bunch ready yet, but they're already carving
Dump
the
your
first
shit.
ones because the publisher knows
Step
what he
2,
wants.
build this. I know it's so hard. You goddamn mongoloid.
Then takes over.
Where is
The carver, he knows what to do. He's seen Hokusai's work before. He's got a copy of them.
No!
Hokusai, by this point, is a very, very, very experienced person.
No!
His work is all over town. The
Oh no!
carvers have all
I
done
looked
some
at
of his
I looked at bag 3 and I'm like, oh, that isn't that bad. And then I turned the
what
page.
colors are in fashion right now. They know what a current woodblock print is supposed to look like. They know
There has to be a better way.
what's happening right now in town. They get
That's
busy
so dumb.
cutting and printing.
Oh my
And
god!
Hokusai isn't really actually needed much anymore. And that's kind of a shocking thing to many
Ah.
people. They assume that Hokusai
More,
is hovering over
pink
every
flesh-colored
step
things.
of every stage
Love the
of
flesh-colored
every one
ones.
of these prints. And almost certainly that's not the case. He's busy with
I'm
his
glad that they advertise these as Lego for adults because
When it comes
I would
to
want to
designer
eat
who in this
every
case is
single one of these
Hokusai, I think what
pieces.
I understand is that he actually has very little.
It's a giant pile of
the actual
it's a giant
design.
pile
It's
of
not
pills
needed for
is what it
most
looks
of the
like right now.
process.
the prints we're looking at here, the Great Wave and that series.
Like you just get a couple and
Sketches,
it's
yes,
like
from Hokusai. Touch-up sketches, more clearly defined lines from Hokusai, yes. Later on, what colors
gotta
we
just go
should
like,
use,
"Hey, kid,
perhaps there was some
want some
input.
Adderall?
Most
I
of
got
the
some
prints that I
loose."
studied in that series, I think, do not really demand input from Hokusai anymore, and I suspect that his later involvement in the
the
project.
good news is that
was
if you eat
perhaps
them, you can
not
replace
so
them for
extensive,
free. Just
but
blame
there
it
are
on a
people
fan.
out there who would really vigorously argue this point with me and say,
There
"No, the
has
fact
been
that
so
Great
far
Wave has
one
become
of
such an
extra
iconic
every
thing, it's
one
proof in
every
itself
extra
that
piece.
the master himself had a hand in this and called for every dot. and
There's been
line
one of
to be
every
just
piece
as
in this
they
kit
are.
so far.
I don't have any proof,
Which is
there's no
like
journals or
a very
letters or
amazing
documentation from the era back
thing to
then. But I
do.
do have one
Where the
particular point
fuck are
hidden
these?
inside that Great Wave that tells me that the design we now
Wait, what?
see, the wave at the left, the boats at the front, the iconic mountain
Hold the
in
fuck
the
on.
background, the dark sky gradation behind Mount Fuji, that was not
Where are these supposed to
Hokusai's
be?
idea. When he handed it in,
there
and when
another
the group
bag
first
three?
made it, it didn't have that gradation
There's another
in
bag
the
3.
mountain, because that gradation was put later on
Oh,
one
this
of
is
the other blocks,
stupid.
and it causes an ink stain.
Why?
on
Again,
one of the other
why
blocks
is this
we can
single
see
piece
in original
in the
versions
what?
of this
Why?
print?
This has happened twice
Gradation
now.
at the back was not originally there, and somewhere along the line, the publisher,
have to, like-
or one of his printers.
Okay,
said,
I'm gonna
"Geez,
open
that
these
mountain is kind of bare.
nicely
Tell you what, let's put a gradation
and not
try
spill
it."
them
They tried it.
everywhere.
Oh my God, that's it. Let's do this. Let's roll. But that
Why?
wasn't.
Just to cause pain a little bit,
So can
yeah.
you take us through the different
Maybe that's why
stages
they
that
expect us to
actually
dump the
carve
entire thing on a
the work of
desk
art, which I suppose is your field of
and not
expertise?
be a little bit sane
records
and
we
maybe
made, yes, I carved every
open them all
step of it,
once
and we've
nicely and
very
gently.
heavily documented this on YouTube as well.
Oh, sweet.
There's one important thing.
Now I have to find
distinguish
two
between back in the
pieces
old days
that are
and
different
what I do
in this
now, and
set.
the other people living now, what we do when we're making reproductions, and there's a huge.
I hate every part of this.
point which
Hold
most
on.
people would never think of.
I'm gonna move these aside
Original carver, the
because I'm
carver
gonna
of
have to turn the
original
page
version,
and it's gonna.
and David here, the carver of his reproduction,
Why is there so much pain in this calming set?
jobs. Now think about this. The original version carver, he was
I don't think the Lego group
Hokusai's
knows
lines
what
as
calm
either
is.
Hokusai drew them, or as one of the publisher's minions cleaned them up
Okay,
and sketched them.
time
So
to find
a
the corner
pen drawing,
piece.
a Japanese brush drawing,
The
on
a
thin
literal
paper was pasted
needle
down
in a
onto the wood.
freaking
The carver said,
haystack.
okay, I can take this from here. Let me go. So the carver is now carving human.
Oh wow, I found them
created
immediately.
Brush strokes. Dave,
I'm like, oh
all
wow,
the
I found
other
them.
carvers who are working here these days, we don't have Hokusai's original
Boop.
brushstrokes. They were destroyed
We're done.
at the
Okay.
moment that
And I'm guessing the
original
next page
version
is
was
fuck it.
carved,
Yeah, next
'cause
page
that
is fuck
sketch
it.
and the
All
drawing
right.
was pasted on the wood. What we are doing is we are carving a reproduction of the woodblock print that was made that month. In other words, we're reproducing carved lines.
Is that a
So we have
misprint?
no
What is-
decisions to make. Our job is to copy what we
Ew.
see with no
That's a misprint on the
interpretation.
manual.
So we're
It looks
cutting
like a piece
line
of
that's
hair.
already been cut. The
Oh, well.
original carver, the original cutter,
All right.
was looking at
Time
that saying,
to
"Look, I
make the
like it."
dividing line.
Up, and
The
he
more I'm
cleaned
looking
up,
at
and
it, the
he
more it
turned
looks
the
like a go
brush,
board,
sometimes very messy,
and
sometimes
the
very
two
ragged
players have no
brushstrokes.
idea what they're
He
doing.
turned them into clean, crisp, carved lines.
Yeah.
And my job now is to look at the best of the old carving and to try, as well as I can, to replicate it. But I don't have the chance to do what the old carver did
One,
and cut
two,
hook-size original
two,
lines because they are lost
3.
and gone forever.
Interesting. Okay, then the woodblock is made and the printing begins. But there's another interesting fact. The first prints might look different than the later prints. Tell me why that is.
Now, there's the woodblock. You've got this thing. The carver has done a good job. Let's say he's done a really nice job at
Worker
reproducing
hair
hook-size
embedded.
lines, at creating new carved lines for hook size.
Potentially.
The block is done. There it goes. Now, from a fresh, clean block, if we print it carefully, we get good, clean, sharp, nice lines.
Man, if I lose track of what I'm gonna see
Still
here,
good, clean, sharp
this will be
lines.
the worst
Take
day.
5,000 copies, rubbing this with ink and rubbing this with ink and doing this, and the block splits and the block gets older. Obviously, this block now starts to degrade
2,
the more copies you pull from it.
3.
And there's a huge, huge paradox involved here that is wonderfully interesting. The publisher, as I mentioned before, he's trying to sell a ton of copies of this. Okay, he gets the blocks all finished for this print, puts it in his shop, and let's see what happens. And oh my God, it starts to sell well. Now, they had maybe run off 100 copies or 200 copies in the room upstairs. No idea. If he was optimistic it was going to sell, he might run off a lot of copies. If he wasn't sure about this one, he wouldn't waste money. He'd run off 20 copies and let's do a trial run and see if it sells well. We have no idea. He probably knew this was going to be a good seller because he could see it was a good design. So let's say 200. They make their 200 copies, put them in the shop. Bang, 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 bang. They start to sell. Oh my God, we've got a home run. Oh my God, oh my God. The publisher calls upstairs to their printers. We got a good one. Get those blocks out. 200 more copies right now, as fast as you can. And the printer yells downstairs, "Boss, the blocks are still wet. If I start right now and start a new batch, they're going to really start to get worn out. They need to be dried out properly." And the publisher says, "I don't care about that. This is hot. People want it right now. We're going to be sold out of this thing in 15 minutes. Okay, boss, they're your blocks. They're going to wear out." And so the paradox here is the best-selling woodblock prints of the day,
Okay,
the ones we are most
there we go.
likely to have
The-
copies
the
left over these days,
Stupid
are the
outline
ones
made
that were
now,
made
so I can
quickly in
do this
multiple
real easy now.
quantities,
Thankfully.
fast, again and again and again, from blocks that didn't have a chance to dry out, didn't have a chance to wait, and the blocks were abused because we got to get going on this.
Stop block
And
abuse.
the prints that didn't sell well in the shop, these are the ones almost always in perfect, beautiful condition because they only made 50 copies and didn't make any more. The blocks then went into the stove because nobody was going to use them again. So the prints we have the most copies left are the ones almost always we see in the worst possible condition.
15
It's a
studs a day,
terrible
you can help a
paradox,
block
but
you
it's
need.
just the nature of the commerce that was
In
involved
the
back
arms
Yeah, what a paradox.
of the
I've never thought about
angels,
that. Now, David, as far as I understand, you have an exciting
away
project
from
coming up with
here,
the British Museum. Please tell me a
etc.,
little bit about
etc.,
that.
etc.
Partway along through this,
I forgot
talk
the rest
today,
of the
we talked about the
song.
fact that all of us carvers, me and the other carvers working in this, we never get a chance to do.
Should I
the
stream
thing
more
that the
on
first
Saturdays? I'm
editions
starting to
of
think y'all
carvers
like
did.
the Saturday
Carve
streams.
real hook-sized lines.
I usually take them
to-
off because, you
not
know,
to step in and do our own interpretation
Saturday.
of them, but to
And then I
do our job, take our
counterintuitively
turn each
think,
time
wait,
to do a good job. Take
but
this
everybody's chilling on
masterized
Saturday.
lines
That's a good time
and
to
do as
stream.
well as we can at making them dance and sing on the page as well as we can. You know, we have to sometimes simplify it because he just put a gray blob where the hair was. We have to carve the hairlines because he didn't show us one by one by one. So we have to interpret this master's work. But next year,
Someone's got to have made like an automated like
exactly the thing
machine
that I'm describing
to make like
because
Lego
in some
pixel art,
museums
right?
here and there around the world, there are collections
Like
of
some
Hokusai
mechanical engineers has figured out how to do
and
that by
quite
now, right?
well-developed
I'm
sketches,
sure they have.
which for commercial reasons didn't get turned into finished projects. In other words, he did his part, may or may not have been paid for it, and the publisher maybe took the thing and said, okay, we'll get to this next. Didn't get to it next. And those sketches
Blue Skies was made out of Lego bricks too. Yeah.
Modern institutions.
Although I don't
Here,
think
I
there
am going
are.
to
Wouldn't that be a paradox? Wouldn't
exactly
it be
the
slightly
thing
paradoxical
that I
though?
have
For like
described to you in this talk.
Legos would need to. The Legos would need to
Hokusai's
be
original sketches, which were taken right to the
like
stage of being given to
would
the
have
printer.
to grasp something this
Now, we don't have the exact
size,
paper. We're not gonna
despite
destroy
them
paper. It's in the
being
museum, but these days we have
despite the
photocopies. We
studs being
photocopy that
also
thing,
that size.
prepared on thin paper.
Maybe I
And
don't
I'm
know.
going to take those scraps of paper, paste them on a wood block, and I am going to be faced.
Oh yeah,
with the
here's another
challenge
Lego.
that Igawa Tomokichi,
what's
Hokusai's
the word?
favorite carver.
Uh,
I'm going to be faced with the
this-
same challenge
this-
that he had back in 1820.
concern,
1825,
conniption, complaint. I don't know.
and dig into
I
it
miss Mindstorms.
and try and create.
I wanted that
woodblock
so
print
bad
that
as a
that
kid.
guy
The
would
the
say,
Mindstorm system.
Yeah, this kid knows what he's doing.
I still want it
Is there
so bad.
anything you'd like to add about the process?
Part of the thing that we're trying to present to people here is to
Like
honor
the not
craftsmen,
the
publishers,
modern ones. The modern ones
they're
are
the people whose
weird.
names
The
are gone.
newer
All
one,
we
the
know
older
now
ones,
is
the
name
big old
Hokusai.
ones, like
So
the one with
my
the
sort of
yellow
take on this
and
may be
gray,
too
like
much one-sided, I'm
core
sorry. I
or
want to
whatever.
try and bring forward.
Those were
Carver
so
did a
cool
glorious
as
job.
an
The
idea.
printer, oh my God, they were so good at this. The publisher's idea. So I tend to toss aside.
I can't believe they
Hokusai's
didn't
name
like
I held
go
because
further
his name
with
is
that
more
idea.
famous. But of course,
Because I'm like,
at heart,
you have
he's
the
reason
best
we are
excuse
doing
to make a
this today.
STEM
That
teaching tool,
publisher did lots of projects, which
but
we
you
are not
didn't
talking
do
about.
it for some
Those
reason.
carvers and printers, they were busy with lots of stuff.
You
that
only
we are not
supported it for a
looking at.
couple years, and
Why
then
are we
you
here
just sold the
today?
set as
Because
is, and
that
no one cared.
man was
It's so
an
weird.
incredible, glorious genius whose name will
Yeah, I had an exam.
live as long
Had them in
as
making a program in
human
those.
beings
Oh, making a program in those
remain
was an
busy
exam.
looking at this
That's
sort of thing.
cool.
He is the one we should
Ali,
be
I feel
looking
like
up
you've
to
already
and
understood
saying,
this, but
"Oh
your
my God, that
school system was pretty
conception
dope
was
and is better than the U.S.
glorious."
one
And I
in,
just regret that he
in
didn't
many
live long
significant
enough
ways.
to see what humanity as a whole has come to recognize in his work. He could not have possibly ever imagined completely impossible.
I just felt that
Now
because there were
let's
some
turn
people
to
who
the
loved it, but
sky.
it's just also way they
Alfred
give
Haff,
bare bones
why do you
tech
think
support
that
knowledge.
Hokusai and his team
It's like-
used the composition of the sky?
Yeah, it's like it was.
Well, that's very
I
interesting.
think
because
that's part of the
sky is not
problem.
very
Is
often,
like
identified as a point
it
of
was.
interest
It's a
illustrate
great
the time
tool,
it's the boats and the waves.
but
But for me, the treatment of the clouds animates the area above the main
But, like,
action of the print.
supporting that type of thing is an entirely different
Naoko, what
like
do you
set of research and development that I don't think they've had
This sky looks
the
very
balls to do.
different from
not the
version
balls to do
version,
that they just didn't have the
version to
ability to
version.
do.
Speaking of the sky and European
Like, I-
influence, Hokusai is
And then
set in
you
a
look now in the
low-horizon space,
future
and that was not so
that
common
they
in
still
Japan
have
at
it,
the time.
but
Is
it's
that
now
right?
they still have Mindstorms. They have a new version of
You
Mindstorms,
can
but it's
find
being
low
outcompeted
horizons in
by like all these
Arctic
literal other STEM
So
for beginners
I would
kits
not
that are like
say it's
significantly
uncommon, but it's
cheaper,
true that
made
it's
out of
not
more
the most
durable
used
material,
from
and
my
have
perspective
software
either.
support that isn't
Anyway,
garbage.
I think it's just another
And
trick by
usually
Hokusai
Arduino
to
based, so
put
the
more
support
pressure
is
on
all
the
there.
people on the boards.
Right. So in this case, you're saying that the low horizon is used to kind of magnify the power of the wave and make it feel
Like if we
even
want to
more
bring back our like
Yeah,
Nintendo
Yes, I
concept,
agree with you for sure.
it's
I think another powerful aspect.
if we
of
want to
this
bring our
woodwork is
like our
Hokusai's use of
Nintendo
scale.
comparisons.
Alfred, what can you tell me
um,
about that?
It's
As
kind of like
appeared
Labo.
occasionally in
If you
other
really want to
prints
think about
in
it,
the
it's
series,
kind of like Labo.
Hokusai here depicts Mount Fuji, the tallest mountain in Japan, as though it might be swamped and erased by a sea wave. The
ESL
inversion
30,
of scale
palm is
one of
apple
the
in
most
English.
surprising
Yeah.
aspects of the design, but even so, the
Making
mountain seems
complete with
to
simple
anchor the
sentences.
composition, as though
Oh, yeah.
no matter how small and distant,
Ali,
it will
what's
remain
potato? Ali,
an
remind
immovable
me,
feature
what's
of the
potato in
landscape
French?
and a cultural lodestar. The inversion heightens the narrative tension of the scene, but
I
also
think that's
implies further
potato in
associations
French is my
and
favorite word.
resonances regarding the sacredness of the mountain.
Yes, totally.
Oh, it's
Mount Fuji
patate?
is basically
I thought it was
the
something
tallest
else.
and the biggest thing you can find in Japan.
I might be thinking about
On the
something
contrary,
entirely different.
The wave
Hold
of
on.
Kanagawa is supposed to depict a place somewhere around
I
Tokyo
think
Bay.
I'm thinking about the
And
wrong word.
Tokyo Bay is a place
Hold on.
where waves are normally small. So what Hokusai actually does here is taking the tallest and the smallest thing you can find in Japan and then reversing
Yeah, I thought potatoes were
their
pomme de terre.
importance. Here, the wave completely dwarfs the mountain. That shows the power of the sea and power of
It's good for
nature.
picking up tiny gears, probably.
And the poor people on the
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah, some
that,
regions call it pomme de terre.
they are
You know,
caught between
pomme de
the
terre
two
is my
animals
favorite French
with
word
nowhere to
because it's just like,
So,
because palm is
Mount
just
Fuji
fruit, right?
symbolize?
Well, Mount Fuji has been
So, and then-
considered as a sacred mountain in Shinto
And they used to
since
hit,
at least the
and
7th
historically they
century.
used to call a
And
lot
there
of
are
things just
many
like, you know,
temples and
apples,
shrines around it.
basically.
And
And then they
climbing this
called,
mountain
and pomme de
has
terre
long
is
been a religious
apples
act.
of the earth, or earth apples,
The
right?
name Fuji itself can be
So they just call
read in
potatoes
Japan
apples,
and
dirt apples,
can mean something
which I think is
like
funny.
the most unique or immortal.
Potapples,
I'm not a
yeah.
religious person, but for some reason, I always feel
Dirt
happy
apples.
when I
French
see
are
Mount
funny.
Fuji in the distance on a clear winter.
Oh yeah, Ali, another. I might as well use you as like a
Maybe
jumping
it's
off board for
coded
topics.
inside Japanese people's DNA.
What's
And is it fair to say that for Hokusai
What's
himself,
cow in
Mount
French?
Fuji was almost kind of a personal spiritual obsession?
I think so because he was living in Edo period. There is a religion called Edoko, and they really wanted to
Bachi? Huh.
go to Fuji. And
Maybe I'm
climb
thinking.
there.
I might be thinking about a
People
different word.
very, worship the.
I might be
mountain
thinking
called
about
Mount
different
Fuji.
things.
So I think so. Hokusai did.
Maybe I'm getting my Eastern, my
As you mentioned
romantic
earlier,
language is like
Hokusai's
wrong.
The Great Wave is perhaps the most reproduced artwork in history. Not only have there been many prints made, but today you can see it as wall posters in bars, restaurants, and homes around the world. You can get it as a stick-on skin for PlayStation game controllers. It can be seen as
My
huge
favorite word
murals
to
on
use
walls,
is
on laptop cases, sneakers, and T-shirts. The wave has also become
The-
a popular tattoo,
the so?
especially among
I'm so
surfers,
close.
and it's even been turned into an official emoji on the iPhone. Try typing the word wave and just see what happens. And now you can build it with Lego art. So let's bring back Lego Art Creative Lead.
I was wondering when they were going to go back into actually shilling about the product that
Welcome
you're
back.
building right now.
Tiana.
So first of all, I'd like to get to know you a little better, Fiorella. How did you end up working at the Lego?
You don't need to
What
sell
many
me
Lego
on the
fans around
products.
the world would
I'm
consider a
right
dream
here.
Job.
Well, my story about how I got designing Lego sets is a little bit different from other Lego designers. In that
I'm not like
a
other
Lego
girls.
builder to begin with, and neither did I grow up playing with Lego. But I do have over 18 years' experience in a design industry, rooted in graphic design, art direction, and an insatiable desire to learn, of course. And I actually started my Lego career in 2016, working way behind the scenes of Lego sets, actually, primarily focusing
Oh yeah,
on
another
how to
Lego
stimulate
set I still want.
creativity and the design
All the
organization.
video game ones.
And then one day, I was
Like,
in
the
area,
Atari
and in
ones
2019,
are
an opportunity
good.
Came up to join
The-
the Lego art team.
The Pac-Man one
So,
is adorable.
I seized
The
opportunity
Mario one
because
is
not
good.
only
They're
is
all
art
very
a
cute.
personal passion, but I was also really
They're
excited
all
to apply my design
adorable.
experience and see how we could push the limits of what a Lego brick can do as an artistic medium on this product. And the rest, as I say, is history.
Me in my head, oh,
your
of
title
course he
is
was a graphics
Creative
designer who
Lead.
made this.
What is your role? on a
and not
project like
any
this?
form of maybe practical
Well,
use.
my role as a creative lead
There's a
is
Lego
to create a
filing
brief
shrine?
and
Yo,
set a vision
nice.
that the designers can design too. And it's definitely teamwork.
The NES one
It's a
actually
really
has secret
close and
quality if it's the
collaborative
Lego.
process that
You mean
requires a lot of back and forth.
Like the
rich
QR
dialogue
code,
between
that Mario
myself
figure?
and the designers in order to create
Like from
a
that
awesome
set?
Lego set.
Yeah, you and Jill should
in this
Jill
set,
the French
it means
room.
I get to work with
I mean,
loads of
I guess
incredibly
maybe.
talented
Yeah.
creatives. I'm
What
very,
does it
very
do?
lucky.
Because I know
So
it's
from
like
Lego model
the bottom of
designers,
Mario
shout out
of
to
that piece is a
Milan,
QR
and
scanner,
Nico,
right?
and Anameta.
I know
Those
that
were the
part.
designers who worked
Or
on
like
the
a
set.
code scanner of some
And a really
kind. But
big
what does
shout
it
out to
do?
Diego. We have a graphic designer.
Did you just
who
say
worked on
funny
this set
words?
too. And then we have Peter, our building instruction specialist. And then we also have Pia, our beloved model coach. And so the process for this is slightly different in the sense that Milan and Nico's involvement was that they actually made a really cool concept.
Almost done
in
with
their
the
own
white
spare time.
pieces.
And then they left it hanging in the Lego
The
art
French
area without
dimension.
explanation. So it was one of those moments
You said
where
no
I was
specific
like,
upon the sea views.
what
rolling the
is
sea-
this?
actual.
What is this? And we were just in the process of, really trying to
Oh,
look for ways to
that's
evolve
cool.
the Lego
Oh,
art
that's
line
cute.
And, find ways to
I
explore
understand
art,
what you
we
mean.
can
I was like,
use the
oh,
brick
it's so
as
cute.
a really, really key artistic medium. And here was this piece. It was quite rough at the time, but it really stood out. So
That's
they left it
really
there without
cute.
explanation.
If you
And then
both
our
are
third
a
designer,
adult
Anameta,
who has that
knocked it out
Lego
of the
set,
park by
and if you
taking
have
their
a kid
concept to the
who
next level
asks you to buy
and made it
another Lego set,
because I think a lot of times when Lego designers build, they build for themselves, and the sense that they just want to get the visuals.
it's
out
a very
quickly, and
unique
then we
thing.
figure out
Especially, it's
afterwards,
a very,
in
it's
the process how to make
it's a unique interaction, especially for
enjoyable
sets
for
that probably
the
wouldn't
teams
interact
as
with
well.
each other, considering one
And
is
then
meant
I can
for
go on. There's our graphic
adults and the other
designers,
is meant
of
for
course, there's our building
kids.
experience specialists,
But
there's
then
our
again,
model
I mean,
coaches, and then there's everyone else.
have you
that's
seen
part of the
Nintendo
chain,
friend? Have you seen
where
people
it's
who like
from
Nintendo
designing
lately?
Box covers, graphics, on the building
didn't mean that.
instructions,
I
and
didn't
then,
mean
of
that.
course, supply chain. It goes on and on. So it can easily pass through hundreds of hands. So my job is to make sure that the creative direction is clear, that we're working in sync to the same vision, and that we've really pushed the creative boundaries to make every Lego art set an
I
extraordinary
just realized I can put
experience.
you.
Fantastic. So you're almost
the
in a
brick
way
remover.
like Hokusai's publisher.
It's
or
orange, it
producer
matches,
that gets
too.
A great team and then oversees that everything is perfect, right?
Yeah, well, if you'd like to put it that way, I love the sound of that. Can I have that as my job title? Hokusai's producer.
That
You
sounds
can
fantastic.
you can go here and face the camera. There we go.
So there's still a lot of interest for Japanese art in general, and of course, most of all, for the one that we're talking about today, Hokusai's The Great Wave. What is it about this print that makes it so unique that it deserves its own Lego art piece?
Oh, wow. It's a really great question because when we look at this masterpiece, we look at all those layers of color, the graphical shapes and textures, and they immediately spoke to us as something that could translate really nicely into Lego bricks. And Hokusai has captured this beautifully rough and turbulent ocean. It's extremely emotional piece.
I just realized
But
something.
As a design challenge, we had to
And
ask
this is kind of
ourselves,
interesting.
how could the shapes and textures of Lego pieces be used
Do
to
like are
accentuate
Lego
those
colors
ideas and
not
capture that
Pantone
expression,
colors?
that emotion? And
Are
that made
Lego
for a really
colors
interesting
are
design
Lego brick colors
experience for the
Pantone
team.
colors, or are Lego
The
bricks
layering of the
their
Lego
own
plates in order to
color
create the
system?
shapes by necessity.
Like
becomes
yesterday, we watched a video
three-dimensional.
about
So we need to
Pantone,
imagine what Hokusai's
and I
vision
mentioned
might have looked
after
like
the video that
in three
they do a lot
dimensions.
more now. They do
And so
like
we have this really
color
funny
matching for
situation here
3D printed
where
stuff
we're creating
and
something
plastics and
that's
whatever. So like,
three-dimensional from
do
a
Legos
two-dimensional
use
piece,
Pantone
and
colors?
the original artist had created something two-dimensional.
Are these
from a
Pantone colors I'm
three-dimensional
touching?
Vision.
Is that why they
A
cost so much?
fantastic paradox. Am I right in saying that you also?
I mean,
visited
they
the
cost so
museum to
much
talk with Alfred himself.
Irregardless,
Yes, we
but
did,
we
and
already
it was
know
such a
that.
pleasure.
We've already talked about that
We
part.
went to
But-
visit the British Museum when they had the Great Wave on exhibition. And it was an amazing show. We took the opportunity to have a conversation with Alfred. We had the full design team online to ask him all the questions because we were just in that point in the design development where we were really kind of struggling with some elements. How do we include the cloud? Do we not? And of course, having those conversations with Alfred just cleared everything up for us. Of course, we needed to include the cloud. Of course, we needed to make sure that the claws of the waves were defined. And the original concept model had little frogs on the sea foam instead of birds as we have now.
Ah.
Yeah, and it's because we understood that, Hokusai had a deep appreciation for nature. So we wanted
All
to
right.
make sure that we had some organic shapes and
Spare
utilize the full
bricks.
spectrum of the Lego
Go
elements we
into the
have
spare bricks bin.
to recreate that dimensionality of the sea foam.
Let's
And
connect
that,
them.
we have these kind of slightly spiky sort of textures coming out from the piece. And after speaking with Alfred, we realized that frogs were not the way to go.
Hello there,
It was
building
actually
good. Yeah, we're
birds.
like,
And he was
I
able
wanna
to
say
show us
maybe
a drawing that Hokusai had made
about halfway
where
done?
there was a
Give or take?
wave, almost like the Great Wave in itself. And in the background, there was this spread of birds in the distance. It
Yeah.
looks like sea spray. And it is that sort of
This shape is
beautiful
really
dialogue
nice.
that he has
That's good.
with nature to depict how it works. and
Although it's
how
kind of a
it forms in his mind.
Oh, fantastic. What an amazing experience that must have been.
wibbly wobbly. I
And
hope that gets
speaking of
fixed as the build
foam
continues.
Of the wave, which you were just mentioning, I've noticed looking at the
Oh,
at
it's
the Lego
bending.
design, that a bit of spray from the wave actually extends beyond the confines
Oh.
and spills into the frame. It's such a wonderful
It's
detail.
bending.
That really captures the dynamism.
Oh,
of the
no.
wave. Can you tell us a bit about that little detail and how you chose to kind of incorporate that?
Of course, when we worked on the piece,
All
Alma
right.
and I had a lot of conversation about
Number 4.
how we can make this.
I
really
hope
come
number
to life.
4 is
My big
good.
push was
Oh.
for us to really make this different from a printed piece. Why it would make sense to have a Lego
Really? Is it?
Hokusai piece as opposed to a printed one.
Why
And
did I
one of the
even
things we really wanted to
bother
capture was
saying
to
anything?
Really make his wave come
What
to
a
life a bit more. And
wonderful
Anna then
piece
added
to
these
work
subtle
on.
touches of turning the leaves a little bit more so it broke
Yeah.
the lines of the frame a little bit was just a really, really nice, elegant touch to really accentuate that.
What
to
a
show that
great
this is a
piece.
piece that's coming out at you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So for the first Lego art sets, you were
not
only using
studs,
small
I
round
guess,
1x1
yeah.
bricks. In this one, however, you are using many other kinds. Can you tell me a little bit about why you decided to do that?
Yes, of course.
You made pretty.
Well, as I mentioned earlier on,
Well,
we
he's
really
now just
wanted
flashing
to evolve
colours.
the Lego art product line and find a way to exemplify the use of
Wait a
the
minute,
Lego brick
hold
as
on.
an artistic medium.
Wait.
Mosaics are one way
Hold
to do
on,
so,
hold on.
But just like in art, there are just so
Minute
many
here.
other ways to create expression.
Oh
And so
my
we started
goodness.
exploring how different Lego elements
Alright,
can capture
Prohibition
emotions
era.
and details of an artwork.
Oh
Just a side note as well, is that we
no!
haven't completely abandoned the mosaics.
Wait a minute,
Because in
no.
fact here, in the
This-
background, we've
wait,
used it
is
to
there
great
another
effect.
one?
The original concept sketch that we had from Milan and Nico didn't actually have the mosaic in there.
Okay.
And it didn't actually feature the cloud. But after our conversations with Alfred, we realized that we really needed to feature that in there.
Oh, this is
But
the
with normal
worst.
Lego plates on there, it started to compete with the wave. And so we were really struggling to kind of find the right distinction between the wave and the clouds that's mimicking
Oh wait,
its shape.
this doesn't tell
And
me
that's when
to
Anameta
to put any
came
studs
up with
in.
this brilliant
All
solution
right.
to
I
solve
see how you're playing.
this
I
by
see how it
having the
is.
mosaic in the background,
Let's
which
just
in contrast to the defined graphical shapes that the
Build
waves
this,
created,
I guess.
just casted this very elegant feeling of distance that the mosaic can create. So you almost have to squint a little bit at it, and it's
This is
slightly blurry.
terrible.
It creates a really, really beautiful visual effect.
So the first sets were 2D, but this is a little bit different. Tell me a bit more
Wait,
about
are
it
these
being
different
3D.
sizes?
That aside from the
Oh,
challenge
okay.
of differentiating the shape of the wave with the cloud in the background, I think another thing that is really interesting to talk about here is that we actually considered how the shapes of these pieces related to the woodblock printing process. So you have all these different layers here, and we
There
really
we go.
did explore how we could layer the piece so it's almost as if you would use it like block prints in itself. We did explore it, but we had to prioritize the visual results because we couldn't actually get it to work
Oh, no.
eventually. But
I messed up.
it would be amazing to see how this
Get out
would
of here.
look, right? If it was done as if you could woodblock it. And could we see what this would look like, David? I'm going to throw this challenge out to you. Like, could that happen? That would be amazing. I would so love to see that.
Help! How do I use the block remover? Help!
What other challenges did you face when
Am I
making the
doing
Lego
this
art
wrong?
set?
I think other challenges that we face, I think it's, when we're trying to recreate a
Oh, no.
masterpiece, something that's so beloved, it's always
Oh,
going to
no.
be a bit of a challenge, you know, to really faithfully recreate the likeness with Lego elements. Is always
Try
gonna
and
be
get it
hard,
on an
and
edge and
especially with
leverage it
organic
up.
shapes. But
I am supposed
I
to be
believe,
pushing
and
down,
I hope you
though,
agree,
right?
that our designers have really knocked it out
Like,
of the park.
down
with this
is the
one.
intended
you know, At
movement.
this size, everything from recreating the sea foam to the graphical
Because it keeps
depiction of
popping
the
like
fishermen's
that.
faces had to be simplified to quite a pure form, but not so much that you can no longer recognize what it is. So, you know, I have to say, from working with this piece for quite some
Hook
time
it on
now,
and pull up.
we've hung it up in our area, and every time people walk past it, it's a real sort of, it's got this kind of non-Lego aesthetic to it that people don't realize
I
it's
need
made out of
whoever-
Lego until they
Whoever
walk up
did this,
close
I
and go,
want them fired.
Oh my gosh,
is
you've made this
terrible.
piece out of like leaves? You've
This
got
is why
this
we need
made out
page
of,
one.
like, little
Hold on,
birds.
let's go back
It's really,
to page
it's a joy
one
to get that impression
and
from
learn
people.
how to
That's
unfuck
amazing.
up
So
ourselves.
speaking of the size, is what you created the same size as the original print?
Yeah, I mean, actually, the original size of the piece was remarkably kind to the Lego building system.
I didn't even know that's why that
I
was
think
there.
Milan and Nico had done
There's
their
a-
research relatively well,
Right.
and they kind of mapped it all out
I could do this.
and found out that with this size, it worked pretty well to the Lego system that we have. And so the elements that we
It
have
doesn't work.
just kind of lended
So-
itself rather well to the shapes that we needed to create. So that in itself wasn't too much of a challenge, I believe.
It's not working. I'm
Fantastic.
gonna.
Was there
Hold
any
on.
difficulty in having to capture and recreate all the very minuscule details that we see in the original print?
Yeah, I think there were some aspects where we had to give way to
Got
the
it.
Lego system.
I
And
got
I think
it.
that there is also some charm in that. as
Probably
well,
easy on the
is
outer
that
edge. Yeah.
It is.
I got
using a
it. I
medium
got it. I
that's
got
very
it. I got it.
distinctive.
Okay, good.
And
There.
even with the graphic design, you know,
You
the
don't
faces
move.
on the fishermen's faces were worthy of some discussion, actually.
Can't believe
for
I had to
some
use
time
the
with
pr- I
Lego,
can't believe
because
I had to use
it's like,
that.
how realistic do we go? And then when we
Thank
went
you.
really realistic and
Thank
very
you.
sort of one-to-one to
Thank
the original
you.
piece, it
It
started
means
to
a
lose
lot.
the Lego aesthetic. So we had to kind of, you know, he came up with a great solution on how we can strike the balance. But yeah, there were lots of details in there that, you know, we had to kind of forgo and actually give way to the Lego system because it still needed to have that tactility as well.
Yeah. It is such a beloved print that means so much to so many people, and it must have been monumental pressure to get it just right.
Yes. Yes, it was a pressure on me, even more pressure on the designers. And, you know, I think we'd all be lying if we didn't feel the pressure. I mean, again, this is such a beautiful piece. We really,
This
really
is
want to
maybe
make sure
weird
we
to
did
say, but this
justice.
is
We
actually
were
one of my
faithful
favorite streams
to
so far.
His vision as best we can.
This is fun.
And after our conversation with Alfred, we also
This is
realized that Hokusai
funner than video
was
games.
actually quite
Maybe.
a character. He had quite a great
Just like a little
humor as well. So that was really, really wonderful to know. So we knew that he would appreciate some of the fun details in there of having the birds and the leaves and all these funny.
It is really
parts
fun, yeah.
In the build that
It's fun and
he
comfy.
would appreciate.
I think he really would have. He was such a playful and fun character. He had all these sort of quirky mannerisms. I wish I could have met him in real life. And I
Same.
wish he could have seen what you created. I think, as you said, he would have loved these little added details for sure.
Absolutely.
The most eye-catching feature of the print is, of course, the Great Wave itself, which is about to engulf the three boats of terrified fishermen with its ominous claws. It's both incredibly beautiful and incredibly terrifying.
Ominous.
Now, Alko, what can you tell us about the wave itself? What does it symbolize?
The wave is a symbol of power. Interestingly,
it's a
many
wave.
samurai used a wave as their emblem on their kamo.
Guys,
Kamo is
it's a wave.
very
It's not that
pressed.
It's not that complicated.
So every samurai has different.
Guys, it's
kamo,
water.
actually, and they like to use the wave as their emblem because it's so powerful, I guess.
Wow, that's great. I had no idea. Alfred, what can you add to this?
Blue.
Waves are a powerful.
It's
natural
so
force
blue.
in place across Japanese design. The large wave here seems to suggest. The only way I can phrase it is to suggest something
Yay.
unleashed, and just to leave it in a general sense like that.
This is what we call the filler material
great
of
wave in itself. I've always wondered why the fishermen in the small boats would go out fishing on a day.
And they're like,
that.
screw
It's
it, let's
obviously very
just
dangerous.
get,
Is that
get
something
the
that
black
you've thought about?
pieces
Do you
now.
think that it's realistic? David?
Well, I myself don't think about it because, again, I am just the wood carver. I don't think about these, but I have, of course, seen the different conversations because there's endless discussion about this. Of course, why were these people out there? And there are people who have analyzed this in terms of we are looking from the east. You know, if Edo, Tokyo Bay,
Oh, this is going to be hard
call
to...
it, would be on the right-hand side of this picture. We're looking from the
Oh,
east
these are...
towards Mount Fuji. These
All right.
boats are going out into the open ocean on a day when obviously boats would
We're
not
almost
normally
there.
go out there.
We're almost
What are these
there.
guys doing? There's also more people in
And
the boats
put
than there would normally be. We can see a
studs.
group of rowers in each boat, and there are also
All right.
passengers in each boat.
Ah.
Now, this could be just Hokusai just drawing stuff without thinking about it, or it could be that there's a real meaning, and there's two interpretations.
The artist,
One is
the artist is either
passengers
making shit up
really got to get
or there's
to
something meaningful
the
there.
destination where they're going. Maybe
I
it's
don't know why.
Okinawa,
I love that when
Osaka,
any
maybe
single, like,
they wouldn't go to Osaka and
art
stuff like
interpreter
that.
says that.
Maybe it's Oshima. These passengers really want to get where they're going quickly, so they have paid these guys, look, let's go. The rowers say, not in this weather. Here, let me pay.
Oh, I
Let's
literally
go.
have to take
Okay,
all
if
these
it's worth it
pieces
to
up
you,
at
out we
down.
go.
Or wait, no.
Theory
Hold
B
on.
is that these are actually small-scale fishing boats, and those passengers are just crew. They're going to rotate. Sometimes they're going to row, sometimes they're going to throw nets out. We've got the group of rowers and the group of workers. And what they are people going out early in the season, earlier than you would normally go, and they are going to try and get the fish we know as bonito.
Okay.
And the first
Bonito.
boats that get back to Edo
Just
to
say
the fish
tuna.
market with the first catch
God.
of the season,
Sorry.
these are the boats that get the big bucks. And we see this still happening now with fishing fleets all over the world.
I don't know why
Fish has a
when this
different
annoys me is like it's the
First
Japanese
guys who can land
idea
and
of
catch,
something,
they're
and I'm
the
like,
ones
it's
that
there.
really
There's an
sell
English
this
word
the
for it.
biggest money.
Just use the
So this
word.
team has
Don't be
decided
mystical about a literal word.
because it's still pretty bad weather, but the fish are out there now. We know they're running. Let's go and get them. Now you tell
It's
me if this is a true
weird.
story or not. Of course, I don't know, but the researchers really have
Like
no
them
idea
talking
whether
about it like
this
that is
that's
so weird.
probably
Is this
the
the
most likely
piece? That's the
story that's
piece.
involved here.
I am
These
so
guys
glad that these are to
chasing
scale.
the big,
that I don't
the
have to
big bucks
count.
by being the first people to land a catch back at the dock if they survive.
Wait, did I do this right? Hold on. Am I missing one?
Hokusai also used a special dark.
But how
blue
I know they
color
caught the
known
fish
as
that makes the
Prussian.
flakes? I'm gonna
Alfred,
scream.
please tell me about that and why it was
Oh,
so
I
novel and
messed up.
unique in Japan at the time.
Oh, I messed up again.
Today, we call the blue in these prints Prussian blue, but in Hokusai's time, it was often just known as blue, as found on the advertisement for the series. It is a synthetic pigment that can be used to achieve a great variety of
I
tones,
scuffed it.
but blue pigments made from indigo or dayflower blue, the other main source of blue at the time, unlike them,
Yeah, it's like
is a
dying is against
robust pigment
the sap
that does not
Japanese
fade.
practice of being
It
alive.
reached
I'm like,
Japan from
guys.
China as an expensive
on.
novelty in the middle 1700s. But around 1827, China
this
began
piece is a
manufacturing
bitch.
the
Come
pigment
on.
in bulk,
There we go.
lowering the cost to a point
Wow,
where it
the
became
brick
cost-effective
separator
to
worked.
use in
That's
commercial
one
purposes.
win for the brick separator. Well,
luminous
2 wins.
quality of the
2 wins for the brick
had
separator.
tremendous visual appeal and also had an exotic quality, as it
Just-
recalled
just
the kind
two.
of
Just
blue
2 wins
found
so
on
far.
imported Chinese blue and white porcelain. Rich blue waters and skies would have been a novelty.
If the
in
camera's
commercial printing at
like
the time.
slowly
Yeah.
tilting towards a direction, let me know.
Traditionally, blue colors used in Japanese art were delicate and could fade rapidly under sunlight. So many painters started to use it because it was stronger against fading, and you could make deep colors and beautiful gradations easily. So I'm sure it's a lifesaver for printers.
And when it was introduced to Japan, am I correct in saying that Hokusai's publisher sort of jumped at the opportunity and commissioned this in order to use the color and take advantage of it?
Yeah.
Yes, as a publisher, he was very aware of popular trends and
was
would have been
popular.
keen to take advantage of the interest in Prussian blue.
To sell a lot.
To sell a lot. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Fiorella, what was it like trying to emulate that?
I'm not
very
going to try and
particular color?
do that
We have
math.
this very set
Do
Lego
that
color
idea.
palettes, and that color palette is what makes Lego Lego, right? So we don't deviate from it very much. And as luck would have it, when we went to see the piece in the British Museum, it was almost an exact match.
Wow.
I kid you not. It was really, we were high-fiving.
This is darker than I keep
in the
expecting.
area. I'm sure people around us are wondering, what on earth are they doing? But it was really, really delightful to discover that. And
Oh, I
when we
messed
were
up
there,
again.
We also looked at a depiction of the Great
Will
Wave
the brick
made by the
separator
British
work?
Museum.
Place your
It's
bets.
a recreation of what the colours would look like if it was.
It worked.
Wow.
It
And
did its
that
intended
was
job.
really
That's
interesting
3
to see
wins.
Because all the versions that we've seen, across the internet.
I'm
and,
so happy
a
for
lot of
this
other
stupid
exhibitions
part
have
that used to
been
cost like
really
$10
favoured
by
versions.
itself.
And we can see the Prussian blue. It's still such an incredible pigment that it
Where
still
am I?
holds
Oh.
to this day, but the rest of the colours less so, right?
Yeah.
So when we saw the recreation, again, that was another moment of like, wow, we have to do this. And so the Lego version EC is a recreation of the recreation.
Okay.
So it should be what we imagine the fresh version of Hokusai's Great Wave would look like, with this beautiful peach in the background and the sky. And so
What?
it was
Hold
a
on.
delight.
So let's talk about the frame in the Lego art version of the Great Wave. Fiorella, why did you choose to have a frame, and why this type of frame?
Yeah, so I'll start with the color. Actually, we chose fairly,
I've lost track of where I am. Please stop.
with a decent
So
amount
this
of
goes
spacing,
here.
because this we felt was faithful to the version we saw at the
This
British Museum.
goes
And recreated in Lego,
here.
we felt it was also necessary to let the picture
Okay, I did it.
sit
Okay.
and have a more
I did
subtle
it.
frame
Okay,
to
cool.
give it as much air to the piece as possible.
Yeah.
So we also tried a version where the frame was black, so it had a black edge as well as with some versions. But every time we looked at it, it still felt more appropriate actually to have this lighter frame, because it just really kind of brought the center stage to life. And
All right.
I want to talk a bit about
This goes
the
here.
frame itself and its
This
build,
goes here.
because when you build this, and for those who are listening right now, maybe you're building it right now, you
I'm
realize the
way
frame
behind. Calm down.
at the end, like with other Lego art pieces. In fact, the piece should end with you clicking your Lego masterpiece, the center stage, into place at the very end. So it offers a really, really satisfactory ending to your experience. And it's such a lovely detail that the team has come up with that we're really hoping that you'd enjoy.
That's all we have time for, but if you want to hear more, we have a bonus episode where we dive a little bit deeper into Hokusai as an artist. Hear about how he was influenced and inspired by Dutch landscape paintings.
Hokusai is aware of Dutch shading, and he is applying his understanding of it
All
to
right.
views of Japan.
What's the hellscape of pixels that I'm have to do today?
I'm actually sometimes surprised how big he is. I think the wave is part of it. I mean,
Oh
I
my
think also
God.
The fact that he did do manga, that he did do sketches of people.
It's
I think was also something that
dithering.
appealed to Europeans.
No,
Prints back in the day
it's
weren't anything like we
dithered.
normally see.
Some people did keep
Oh
these things, but
no.
it just wasn't anything that we would expect.
Oh
They were
no.
disposable objects.
And about the signature in the upper left corner.
Oh
The
no.
title of this work
All right, here we
is
go.
written in the rectangle. 36 views of Mount Fuji, the Great Wave of Kanagawa. On the left is Hokusai's signature, but it's a bit funny.
If you want to hear why it's funny and what it says, you have to listen to the bonus episode. Go to lego.com/thegreatwave and have a listen to that. If you're listening on the YouTube channel, simply click on the link that's on your screen right now.
1,
How is
2,
your
3,
piece of
4,
art
5.
coming
1,
along?
2, 3, 4,
Have
5.
you clicked your Lego masterpiece into place
1, 2,
and getting
3.
ready to hang it on the wall? If not, you can do that while you listen to the bonus episode. Thank you to our guests, Japanese art curator.
How did they
Alma
expect
Mikami,
people to finish this in an
and
hour?
Anime expert Susan Napier.
Real
curator
talk.
of Japanese art at the British Museum.
Did they think about that?
Woodblock printmaker David Bull.
Or like, I hope you have it done.
Fiorella
I've been going as relatively as fast as I can right now.
An original soundtrack.
I'm like maybe halfway
See you in the bonus
done.
episode.
This is bull. I'm getting dunked on. by Lego Core about not finishing as fast as I can. Gee, I wonder whose fault it is for these
force in the way
insane,
that is compelling.
stupid amount of
Very
stuff in here.
powerful.
Hold on, where's the bonus color episode? I don't think it's in here. Put double save tape on all your fingers, rapid fire all the dots onto the board. I mean, that's basically just putting them in the studs, though. So, like, what's the point? Dude. This is literally like adult color in with color in by numbers right at the moment. Let's see. How many can I put in here? 1, 2, 3. I mean, you could just have a dot on each finger and then just machine gun. I mean, I guess so. If that's even how this could work out. This is straight. I didn't realize this pattern until now. This is straight up just dithering. They use some kind of digital dithering for this, I think. Because like there's a pattern in this to make this look like this. Also, whoever's idea it was to, in the instructions, dump all of them out onto a table, and then 2 pages later go, I need you to sort these by color and put them in, is an evil man. Whoever thought of that's evil. Like, who compelled you to do this? Who compelled you to do this? But dude, go. Okay. Some color with numbers stuff going on right now. I have now lost track of where I am. So these go here. These are surrounded by 4s. It's a 3. This requires so much pattern recognition right now. It's like it's messing me up. My monkey brain is not used to this. Okay. And bam. And you can tell we're done because we have 1 spare of every single color. Because maybe they were smart about it. They're still evil for doing this in its entirety, though. They're evil. They're evil, and my fingerprints are on these. Okay. Attach it to the piece that's just blue. Yeah, sure, I guess. It doesn't matter. Actually, no. There's actually an orientation. They're specific about the orientation in this. That's a lot of detail. Like, imagine, like, oh, yeah, let's just build it like this, and then you mess it up by building it against what is, like, the Lego grain. Oh, come on. Come on. I don't like how these are fitting weird. Okay. Where are we? This is huge. This is actually pretty big. All right. Last section before we go on to what I'm starting to realize is the next section is a detailing stage where I basically take everything and just detail them all. Oops. Anything missing in here? Nope. What are we on? 6. I had 6 earlier. There's 6. Nope, wait. This is 9. Nope. Make sure it's not an upside down. Yeah, they're marked. Don't worry. But also, heh, nice. That made me feel. There's so much nothing in this. Unless it's okay. That's slightly better. Why are they telling me to build it in steps if it's... Oh, boy. Why do I need 3 pages for 1 page of this? They are weird. They are weird. They continue to be weird. They're so weird for this. I'm guessing I don't need these yet, so I'm going to put these to the side. All right. We're at 6 out of, I think there's 14 steps. So we'll be here for a while. Do, 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 do. Now I'm trying to figure out, like, if we could listen to music right now, what should we listen to? Royalty-free vaporwave of some kind. Am I missing? Oh, there it is. There's the piece. All right. Cool. Fancy errors are something. I wonder how much the manuals add to a lake. I mean, the paper is like, you know, meh, right? Like, it's not the best paper. And it is in color. So there are small W's to that. No, my minifig. No. Okay. Ah, I see. It is nothing but a lot of blue. This goes here. This goes here. Where are the other? Show yourselves. Found you. Where is the... What is it? You know what? Let's not worry about if I'm missing a piece. Let's worry about it until it actually matters. Because it'll reveal itself to us eventually, right? Right. As long as I continue... Oh. As long as I continue these, should be good. Make a telephoto image, tiny Alma, cut her out in Photoshop, and make a putty style redeem. Summon Alma Lego Blade. Honestly, what I wanted to do was I wanted to, like, figure out if there were, like, digital assets of the Lego faces and make them, like, a live 2D model. I think that would be funny. I need a 4x2. 4x2 here. But the problem is I haven't found any illustrations of like minifig mouths in like a PNG form that I can like steal. So that currently is not happening. Although I think it would be really cute if I looked like something straight out of like the Lego movie with how they move their mouths. I think it would be very cute and funny. Okay. I'm starting to think the detail piece for this is I'm not going to find it here. Is brick up here? Corner brick here. And then 2 bricks here. Do 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 do. All right. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now, in theory, all the other pieces should be in this bag. In theory. We don't know yet. We can't tell. Alright. So, this goes here. Discover these spots. 1, 2. Discover these spots. And I am straight up... Oh no, am I actually missing a piece? Am I actually missing a piece? I'm missing this blue piece right here. Because... Oh no. I saw one fall. I saw a piece fall. No. 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 Shoot. Oh wait, there they are. Okay. Pieces recovered. Current problem. I am missing that piece. 'Tis incomplete. Did I, like... They didn't drop. I don't think they did. I'm in hell. They told me this was going to be a relaxing experience. It was stuck in the bag. The single one piece. Piece of shit. It was trapped in the bag. It's an asshole. I'm relaxed. This is a relaxing time. Okay. Time for filling the dots, everybody. Alright, let me also just put these in too. I like that, actually, that I do appreciate the fact that despite being quote-unquote done with the main piece, I still have detailing, and there's like so many other bricks in the background to go. That's really nice. Okay, now I should probably order these in color. The piece did that on purpose. We trained them like that as a joke. Thank you. They're like dogs. It means so much to me to know that the Lego pieces are, in fact, sentient and have it out against people. Specifically me. I'm used to sentient plastic parts, you know? Because we got these, we got like Gunpla doing the same thing. Lots of lots of construction stuff like that. They're all sentient and they all just want to live under the couch or under your table or under your work desk or just in a corner somewhere that you'll never notice until like years later and you're like, "Oh, that's where this fucker was." And then never put it back. Yeah, it reminds them of their natural habitat, which is darkness. Darkness in a manufacturing plant somewhere in Beijing, Taiwan. Doesn't matter. Just Denmark. Oh yeah, they are made in Denmark. A piece fell. Another piece fell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What other things has Denmark made that's notable? I'm not asking this as like a dunk, but I'm asking this as a question. Because you got IKEA, that was in Sweden. Denmark has Legos and maybe something else. I don't know what the other thing is. Why are these countries only known for like one thing? Why is that just how you like summarize it? Like every European or Netherlandian, is that the word? Dutch country just has like a single thing to associate them with? I'm trying to find the lost piece that just fell under my desk. There it is. The song Barbie Girl? Wait, that was made in Denmark? No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Where's... Oh, right. Danish, Norwegian Europop. I forgot that Aqua is Euro pop. Their lists are small, but the cultural impact can't be denied. I mean, true. Because, like, we got, like... I'm thinking about it, I'm like, the Swedes got IKEA. That's nice. And they're going to be known for that for the rest of history. French are known for their food. Germans are known for their, engineering. Germans are known for their engineering, and definitely nothing else. Do not ask. I said France. Sweden. Actually, no, technically it might be two things. It's, Sweden, it's IKEA, and also, Joel from Vinesauce. He counts. He's a national treasure. He's a national treasure. He counts. Likewise, Italy has Vinny pizza pasta. He will not be forgotten. Two, four, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, that's everything. Is there more? Wow, they actually... Did they expect you to save the pegs from before? Oh, no, I just put them in. Okay. All right. Now we have to put them all together. Comes from Denmark. Their name is Mew. Ooh. Well, I mean, to be honest, my favorite band currently is Electric Callboy, and I believe they're from Germany, so they're dope. All right, it's time to put them all together, and then we get into, oh god, putting it all, like, Oh, there's hey, there's the detailing. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's like a bunch of layering and detailing. Here goes nothing. Okay. Let's put them all together though and see what we get. I almost dislike the fact that they're making us... Are they actually making us do this in, like, order? Or can I, like, take these pieces apart? Please tell me I can take these pieces apart later. No, it's just detail the entire thing, idiot. Okay. Detail the entire thing all at once. You fool. You absolute lunatic. Okay. Let's put them all together. And... Come on. I feel like I'm gonna break it. 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 It's all together! Yay! That's a lot. I have to zoom out in my camera. That's a lot. Yay! Okay. Pretty. I just have to push everything down, though. Make sure everything's here. You know, I'm gonna... Hold on. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna get some music. You gotta listen to something. It's too quiet in here. I want something chill. Wow. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. Pretty. All right, let's turn it around. Ow. I hit my head. What piece do I need? Well, 7. At least the pieces are bigger. I don't need to... I can't choke on these now. What an improvement. Alright, so what do they want me to do? Okay. I have to... Oh, man. My workspace is so small. I can't keep doing this. Lego group, you keep asking too much of me. And I need to skip the songs that we can't use. Yeah, that works. So do they... I'm guessing they all go on with... Okay. I'm guessing this is just to add stability, so... I don't know why they're asking me to put these in like this, though. It's kind of weird. Alright. Cool. Need a different section of my desk to hold these pieces. Why can't I hold all these pieces? Okay, there we go. Next stream, building a desk out of Lego bricks to hold my Lego brick. I feel like that's something they would sell and something that I would say someone crazy is going to buy this and build it. And then I look online and there's like 30 videos of it. I'm glad we're doing the structural integrity bricks now. If they can build a working piano, the desk isn't far. I mean, yeah. Although, wait a minute. Didn't they do like a collab with IKEA? Didn't they make a Lego desk? Hold up. Didn't they make a Lego compatible desk? I swear they did. I'm just realizing, wait, didn't they have a desk that was like, they had the bottoms entirely, like, they had like a base plate? Where'd this come from? Lego computer running Doom. I'm pretty sure they've made Mindstorm bricks running Dooms already. We're already late to the party for that joke. Like, I'm sure they've done it. I'm sure someone's done it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Alright. Seriously, you're not letting me... Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the next step. Because it's just like, oh, just put the hangers on now. And turn the thing around. Don't they go like this? More small Pete's. More small pieces. Ah. Yay. Choking hazard. The white balance on my camera is good. Thank you. The camera is actually my cell phone. All right. I've never seen these pieces before. These are new. How do I do this? Okay. Wait, did they mean 2 pieces of each? Okay, wait. 3, 4, no, it's just... Okay, that's weird. Goes there. That goes probably here. Yeah, come on. Hey, come on. Why aren't you going in? There we go. There. All right. I'm still really concerned because I keep seeing it looks like this is bending. And a piece fell off right there. There you are. It looks like it's like bending outwards, which is concerning. All right, so now that they've managed to get me to dump all the bricks on my desk, it's now time to detail the entire thing. I might need to like get a bowl at this point, considering how much there is here. All right. I might also need to like zoom out, I guess. Oh, it is slow. Oh, it's slowly, like, getting lower. No wonder I was having trouble with it. There we go. Okay. Should be good. Don't worry about me forgetting. I have a wonderful memory. My object location skills, though, do need work. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One. The perfectly to be. You forgot what a piece is, yeah. 2. 3. Is it 3 or 4? It's 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. One. Two. 3. Okay. These corner bricks are falling apart. Or falling off. Yeah, I don't like this. These pieces are bending. They're like bulging outwards. Okay. Not gonna lie, this is a bigger set than I was actually expecting. Now that I realize that there's also a frame surrounding this, I'm like, oh wow. That's a lot of pieces. Watching from bed now, this is legit comfy. I'm glad you're thinking this is comfy. Out of the multiple times I've screamed about where missing pieces are and how this company's out to get me. In some fashion. This music is not conducive to being relaxed. Where's my mouse? Ah, there it is. Let's just use the Valhalla soundtrack. It makes it easy. There we go. I don't need to worry now. Okay, and now some weird shit. If there is one thing I guess I'm glad about, I'm glad the Lego company doesn't make their names of items insanely weird. Like, at least we're not, like, at least it's not IKEA. IKEA makes things weird. Okay. Corner piece. Corner piece. Alright, more detailing. Wow, okay. Big roofing tile goes here. To I'm kind of glad all these pieces are at least interlocking to each other, so they give each other more strength instead of just being kind of, you know, conceptual. Although I now have to freehand this entire, like, Lego set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. 2, 4, 6. Yep. This goes here. Yeah, like, Blowhigh is just blue shark. I mean, at least that makes sense, you know. 1, 2, 4, 6. Okay. 2, 4. Brick together strong. Together they will stand maybe a fighting chance against a kid who's teething. Oh my god, the back pieces keep falling off. You are supposed to be there for structural integrity. The fact that you're falling apart makes me incredibly concerned. And I also realize that there's really no middle support. That seems kind of bad, actually. They actually lab test the piece to make sure they don't react to things like saliva. I mean, I feel like that should be a normal thing because, I mean, we are talking about toys functionally. Don't be complicated than toys. They're toys. Like, of course they're gonna be... They're supposed to be non-toxic. I'd hope that they would be. Even if they weren't being handled by adults. Would you believe there was a point where they didn't? What? Actually, also, the concept of saliva eroding a Lego is kind of funny. That is kind of funny to me. Imagine being the Lego brick sucker. Yeah, I'm like, ew. Treating, like, man. Imagine the microplastics, you know? Imagine that's your title. Oh my god, you're right. I thought it was as, like, I thought you were talking about it as if it was, like, a playground insult. Like, you know, the same type of person who eats glue is the Lego sucker. But that's a lot worse. Being paid probably more money than you and I would ever make in their lifetime to suck on Legos. What's the interview process for that gotta be like? The detailing is nice as a step, but it is making it hard for me to show you guys, which is unfortunate. But we're getting there. Look at that. I just realized the fishing boat isn't in this picture. Wow. Okay. We are gonna get the fishing boat. Just wait till we reach the human faces. I've seen those just looking at the box for this thing, and I'm like, why? It's terrifying. 1, 2, 3, 4. A square piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 2x2 goes here. Another goes on the corner. How pretentious you have to be to do this? To go, like, oh, this dot here is important. How pretentious do you have to be for that? Oh my god. Every time I lift this, I see the piece fall off, and I'm like, I just need glue. Give me, like, the strongest super glue. Although I don't actually know what's the safest glue for Legos. I think they sell, like third parties sell, like, premium, like, brick sets that, like, adhesive that, like, dissolves in water, which is cool. But, like, man, imagine if I had the gall to glue every single one of these pieces down. I would go insane by the end of the stream. Alright, what am I missing now? So from here, gotta use this piece. Corner piece. I'm glad these are being slowly I'm glad these pieces are slowly being reinforced. We're almost done. Realize one integral beast from Bag 2 is on wrong. Yeah, it's how I feel. Okay, and now we make the inside. Starts here. I like this, although I wish the manual visibility was a lot better. Of, hey, dipshit, put these pieces in. Why? Why's that gotta be in there? Okay. Whoop. And then these two. Nope. That's on the wrong one. There we go. And then... oh no. I have misplaced a piece again. That's not the right piece. Is it in the packaging? Me trying to figure out the intense math as to where a piece is gone. Because I got the mirrored version of the piece in the bag. You know what? Again, let's do everything else until until I figure it out. From there, we get the funny triangle pieces. Oh. What is that? Oh, there's the section here. Okay. Off the boat is this piece. This piece. I may have been... Hold on. Wait. I input an entire section wrong. Oh, that's great. Okay. I put this entire section in wrong. It's off by a little. Brick separator. Please work. This is working, like, pretty well, actually. Okay. Yeah, I built this section off. Okay. Let's try that again. So this piece goes here. Okay. I may have been given... I may have used the wrong... Wait. I wasn't missing a piece. I used the wrong piece. I don't know how I managed to fail that one. There we go. Wow. Why are there so many... I can't tell if we're like the, oh, we're almost done, or we haven't even begun. I don't know where we're at. I need a drink, hold on. Oh my god. Alright. Gonna have to keep trying this over to put these pieces back in, because they don't stay. Particularly these back ones. Just for some reason. It doesn't stay. And I'm missing another gray piece. Oh... It probably fell. It's probably on the ground somewhere. Here it is. The next innovation they need to do is make Lego bricks just straight up magnetic on the inside. So if I lose them, I can just stick a magnet out and everything will be fine. I will glue these down, I swear, if I need to. Okay. Bag 8. Where we build... next part of the big ol' wave. My enthusiasm for this has not wavered, however, because this is pretty cool. Like, this is sick. This is still sick. It's dope. It's so cool. Alright. Box 8. Oh, that's a lot of... oh, that's a lot of pieces. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to take them out of the bag this time. Considering the hell that is gonna occur if I don't do it. Or that if I open it, I mean. But it does mean you get the nice ASMR of me searching through a bag. Alright. Break. Here. Then here. Is this the right color? Nope, I'm looking for blue. One, two, three. 2. 3 by 1. Alright. That page is done. Next page. Oh, it's like the Yoshi's Island thing here. Okay. Should probably find the bigger brick first. There we go. Nope, wrong piece. There we go. This is like pretty still, like very stunning, you know? Alright. Time to find a blue 1x1 in this. In this, in this bag. It is somewhere. I found one. Yeah, okay. What would you say is easier? Dumping them all out on like a table and trying to figure it out? Or kind of sifting through the bag? I feel like dumping them is at least is faster. Alright. There we go. Nice cloud. I swear, these bottom bricks, they keep falling. Okay. This art piece is too big. I wasn't prepared. Now I'm realizing, wait, I wanted to hang this on the wall. Oh god, where do I have space for it? I bought this first and asked and asked all these many questions significantly later than I should have. But at the same time, I'm making good progress. Like, maybe I could finish this within a reasonable amount of, stream time. Alright. We did that part right there. Let's keep going. Oh, what the hell? What is this? Who thought that? Who thought this was, oh my god, okay. Huh. Alright, that's the squiggly bit down there done. And then it's... oh, okay. Alright. There we go. That's the bottom bit in. What's next? Funny triangles. Weird funny triangles. Okay. Hmm. Two, 3, for some reason a single. Oh. 2. Then another gray brick. There we go. Triangles. So many triangles. Nope. Um. Oh, there's the corner piece. Okay, corner goes like this. And we have this piece. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Picture perfect. I'm gonna keep finding these. All right, next page. So much detailing. Okay, it's 1 brick off. Yep, okay, that's aligning right. And I feel like this piece is just like here to probably taunt me. It's either probably or definitely taunt me. There it is. This piece. Like, out of all these studs, I'm like, you can't replace that. Like, this is here. Why? Why? Okay. We're speeding through these pages, thankfully. So next to the funny one is... Oh, look, another flat block piece. Amazing. They could have helped us with those earlier, but no. I have this sneaking suspicion that I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get glue for this at some point in the future, aren't I? Because this thing is not gonna hold together. Or, not that. It's, oh no, it's... all of it is gonna fall off or something. I mean, I hope it doesn't, but... like, look at this. I'm gonna have to, like, glue it all down. Okay. I think we have so many little pieces that we can just kind of get rid of the bag finally. Can you get frames for these? Oh, this comes with its own frame that I will build. It'll be in its own frame. It comes in a frame. So don't worry about that. Oh, the boat is still going. The boat is still going. Like all the way over here. Hopefully that will help. I mean, yeah, I'm just worried about like the surface pieces on here just falling off for no reason. Other than to like spite me. That's what I'm thinking about at the moment. Oh, that's a lot of brown. Okay. Where do we start? Single. Ramp. How interesting. They made a decision to, like, cut off some of these circle ones. Okay. Then this piece goes here. Huh. Oh god, there's more. I wasn't paying. I'm like, oh no, there's more on this section. Okay. Yeah. Two, three, two,
something courses through my blood, and I'm born.
three,
Can you feel
two.
this warmth too? I need you so much.
Why are there wheel pieces here? Why did they do this?
Nothing I can I'm
Go in. There.
helpless
Oh.
for you, heavenly. I feel the
So many wheel. Why are there so many wheel pieces all of a sudden?
eternity.
Why did they do this? Okay.
Of
This
ecstasy.
goes here. This goes here.
So burned into my mind.
There.
You're a drug for me. Pure and crystalline.
This goes here. And then there's a wheel again. So weird. Okay. Alright. And then back to this section here.
When you're far away.
Wait, I was missing. Oh, wait, no, these are new pieces. Okay.
In a haze.
These go,
So consumed by you.
like this?
Do you
Yes.
think of me too? Counting down the days. Got me sleepless in a craze. I'm a slave to you. So damn helpless for you. Heavenly. I feel the stars align.
I was originally complaining about this in the beginning, but like it's starting to like come to me. Like the details, like the fact that the details are all coming together so well is making me like continue on.
So burned into my mind. You're a drug for me.
All right, so where are we?
Pouring
Aslan, thank you for the follow. Enjoy your complimentary drinks, snacks, and what have you, and have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever time zone you're in. Let's see here. This goes up here. This goes here. This goes here. Okay. That's nice. And now we have this blue section of... I do like these, like, roofing shingle pieces. They're really cute. Too.
I feel the stars align for
Alright.
eternity. Till the end
Oh, this is hard to put in. Yep. Okay.
ecstasy.
We're done with bag 8. We're gonna go to bag 9.
You're a drug
Okay.
for me.
Let's keep finishing up this. Boop. There's a space. These go here. This looks ugly. Why is it fix? Come on. There we go. Now we got... Hold on. Okay. This goes here. This is a piece. Yo! Yo, is that it? Is that everything? Yep. Oh my god, we're done. We're done with this part. Yay, we can move on to bag 9. Oh my god, stop falling out. Where did you even come from? Oh, down here. Alright. Yay! Only 6 more bags of Legos to go. Oh god, there's the faces. No. Oh, these are terrible. No, the faces are in this bag. Oh, they're so ugly. You know what? Okay. Guys, I have a question. Do you want me to continue this tomorrow, or do you want me to finish? Because, oh, you know what? Scratch that. I feel like I should probably finish this tomorrow. Like, look how, this gets complicated fast. Oh, no. These are a lot. And I'm, like, over my time by, like, a kind of significant amount. And I'm like, honestly, this looks good for 3 hours work. Tomorrow, because I'm about to go to sleep. Yeah, I think that's, I'm starting to hit it, too. It's starting to hit me. So you know what? Let's head out of here. We did make good progress. We got like a good amount of detail on here, and tomorrow we're gonna finish it up. So yeah. Thank goodness that was a good idea, because oh man, I am tired. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. It means a lot for me. It's a lot fun. This was more fun than I was expecting. This stream, and tomorrow's probably. Usually I don't stream this much, but you know, I want to get this done. This is a fun project. I like getting projects done. So we're almost done with it. I'm gonna take a picture of it and post it to Twitter, and that should be it for me. So in the meantime, let's see who we can send you guys over to for a raid this late at night. My homie's sleeping. You know, let's see here. Ooh, you know what? Like, ooh, let's see. How long is Fofa been going? You know what? You know, let's send you guys over to maybe Nell. Let's see here. Let me double check. Yeah, let's send you guys over to Nell. She's playing Valhalla, so I hope you guys enjoy and have a good chill time. Let's see her. Nell Celestine. All right, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. And make sure you guys save before you go, and you know, hit that follow button if you haven't already. All right, bye.